This program is rated MA. It contains adult themes, coarse language, sexual references, and violence.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's Friday night. It's open comms, and we're all here. We got me and Dirk. We got Rain. We got Drunk Canadian. We got Blast 'em to Hell, and then we also have joining us tonight, Noisy Gamer. How's it going, man?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. It's good to be with you guys.
All right.
And Pearl. Pearl dropped in.
Oh, Pearl came in.
Wait, don't forget Pearl, man. Come on.
Just saying, he dropped in. I haven't heard him speak yet, but Pearl, you there?
I'm doing good. I'm here to.
Okay.
I'm here to see how the sausage is made and how the fudge is packed.
You don't want to see how any of that happens. But yeah, it's fucking Friday night. Friday night, people. This shit comes every 7 days, but man, it feels a lot freaking sooner than that. I gotta tell you,
It's a quick week.
it really is a quick week. And actually, this week, obviously a little messed up, but why? Hippo, if you want to come on, like if you're listening or like, see, he's probably not fucking listening. So I gotta go over to Discord and tell him if he wants to like come talk, he can come fucking talk.
He was the latest donation for $1. Hippo Jacks.
Yeah, Hippo Jacks, yeah.
Yeah, he was
Did
the
that
latest
just happen?
donation.
Did that just happen, or like?
I don't think so. I don't see it in the logs, but I see it in the screen.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
then
it's just,
he needs to
Is
put
he
some
not allowed?
zeros on that
It wasn't in the
during
logs.
our show, and then tell me how he wants to be
He
invited.
wants to register a complaint. All right, well, complaint department.
There he is.
Department's open.
Oh, see, he is out there listening. There he is. He's in thing. Hey, dude, if you want to come freaking just whisper Drayden and yeah,
listen,
whatever. We're just talking about shit tonight, man. We're literally just talking about shit tonight. He's like, Wild could vouch for me. Dude, I was on your team, man. I was on your team. I keep reaching for this fucking shot, and it's like I think it might be too early to reach for that fucking shot.
It's like a minute in. It's definitely too early.
Let me tell you a little story about last week, okay? What the fuck was I drinking? I went up to my goddamn cabinet and pulled out these like 2 old bottles, little airline bottles.
It was Jim Beam, like the
One
little
was
shooters.
fucking Jim Beam.
The
Another
other
one
one was
was
some
some
weird
nasty ass flavor of fucking vodka. And then somehow I broke down out in my fucking garage where that coconut ass rum was.
You did that
Drank
last
that.
week again?
John
Yeah,
Dirk
We
is
tried to
thirsty.
stop you. We tried to stop
Dude,
you.
there was still some left the next day. I just went and poured that shit out. It's like, I'm like, you know what? I do not ever want to come across this again. I'd rather have nothing. I'd rather drink my piss from earlier in the night than drink that stuff.
Wow. That's a serious
Ugh.
hatred. I don't think I drink pee over any type of alcohol.
I think my pee number one just
Maybe
probably
drink
would have
beer.
been better in general. But yeah, anyways, it was that stuff I don't normally drink. I mean, the reason I drink vodka is because it doesn't have like, flavors, right? It's like I don't want flavors in my straight fucking alcohol. I don't want any of that. I don't want to taste the fucking cherry wood of the cask that it's in or any of that kind of
What
crap,
if it was
right? I just want a
maple
clear
syrup
fucking
Crown Royal whiskey? What if it was maple syrup Crown Royal?
Hippo Jackson's got 6 shots of Fireball ready to roll. Wow, there we go.
Fireball is not bad. I actually like the taste of Jaeger. Like,
I see. I don't understand how people like the taste of Jaeger. It's
I
like
could-
fucking fermented shoe leather.
you could literally just pour me a glass of Jaeger and I'll just drink it like Kool-Aid, and I've done that. Didn't end well, but I did it.
Fireball's great because it's like it's a mouth freshener and it's an alcohol. I mean, it's like it just works.
But
I mean, Fireball's the best. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean that or like like back in the day when it was Goldschlager and Rumpelmans, right? It's I don't know what the mint one is now, but it's like both of those were like the last shot you wanted to do at the end of the night, right before you walked a girl out the front door. Because you knew if you were going to kiss her that it's like you wanted to have some fresh breath.
a little bit of a cinnamony fresh.
Just saying, it's like that's what you did. tricks of the trade.
That's if you think about it, though. But if you're not thinking about it, but at the same time, if you're both drunk, I don't think either cares.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So that was pretty fucking nasty last week. So I threw it away. But you know what? We're gonna do a shot this week. We're gonna do a shot now because there's going to be some things tonight. They're gonna sound a little bit fucking negative. And the one thing that I don't want to sound a little bit negative is the fact that CCP put in a lot of extra effort in making a release this week. So I want to give a shot for the people that were there, hanging out and getting things working. That hell, they may still be there getting things working. Considering I saw a tweet a little while ago saying that they just fixed something else. So you know what? Here's to the people, not necessarily the people who developed the release, but the people who fixed it after it was released.
There you go. Cheers.
Shots.
You guys hear Iron Bank tweeted out he's running for CSM? Is that a thing? Is that real?
I did not hear that or see that.
I saw his tweet. But it was after it was closed.
Oh, so it's a troll then. It's gotta be a troll.
The thing is that every other year, CCP seems to change their mind about whether to let people who have ever been banned run. And this year they said, if you've ever been banned, you can't run.
They said that?
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought I remember hearing that if you've been banned in the past,
I thought it was a
you can't
case
run
by
for the
case.
CSM.
I thought it was case by case basis. That's what I saw.
Well, shouldn't that
was
be
last
what
year, I think?
Shouldn't that be what it is? I mean, okay, so we just went through this whole thing about botters, right?
If you're a felon, you can't be the president.
Well,
period.
getting fucking ankle bracelets and whatnot, right? That if you've ever been even temporary banned for botting and stuff like that, right? That they freeze your ability to extract skill points or transfer the character off of the account, right? It's like a permanent ankle bracelet, right? That that these people have to wear. It's the fucking scarlet letter, right? If you get banned from Eve, yeah, you probably shouldn't be running for fucking for CSM. You shouldn't be allowed to be able to be in there and then get on the CSM and sign an NDA and
I think
shit
it
like
depends.
That, right?
So I think
I think he uses his arm team
Does it
to
depend?
bribe his way in, maybe.
I'm just saying I like Iron Bank, but I like the rule. Also, I like the rule that if you've been banned, you can't run.
I think my argument with that. I'm sorry. My argument with that is I was accidentally banned. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is Hippojacks. I was accidentally banned because my bank did a chargeback on something that I disputed with a different company one time, and I had to pay CCP. I eventually paid CCP back to unban my account. But
you bribed them, or you you recouped money that you owed. They recouped money that you owed to them.
Did you accidentally run an RMT casino though?
Well, no. I mean, what I'm saying is what you said was you should ban anybody that's been banned shouldn't be able to run it, and
anybody who was banned for cause. How about that?
Jintan's been banned. Jintan was banned for 6 months too. Jintan was.
Was he?
Yeah,
therefore he shouldn't run for his third fucking term.
Jintan publicly brings up about how he was banned and he does not know why he was banned, but then he was unbanned.
Well, see,
they send you an email. So I got an email. They were like, "Hey, by the way, you charged back, so you're banned." And I was like, "My bad.
Jintan petitioned
it. And hey, Harry, happy Friday, bro.
Jintan petitioned it, and they finally unbanned him. And he's very public about how he continuously asks, "Why was I banned? This doesn't make sense. What did I do wrong?" And
how long was he banned for?
I thought he said 6 months. He was.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If you were banned for 6 months, you know why you were banned for 6 months.
Why.
Ask Jintan.
I feel
this wasn't 6 days.
And
somebody went, "Oh shit, hit the wrong button."
Yeah, I was banned for 3 days, and they sent me a very, very, very detailed description of what I did wrong. So I'm sure he was kind of just man, I hope they don't notice.
Well, and okay, so when I was saying that if you've been, I mean banned for a reason. Now, if there's a subscription mistake or something okay, I don't count that as being banned. That's
if it was credit card fraud on your behalf and you
if you hacked the servers and stole money from CCP, that's one thing. But I mean, I'm talking people that they banned because they violated some kind of terms of service, not because there was a mix-up on your subscription payment.
Yeah, it's different.
RMT
6 months ban for Jintan. Was he smuggling pot into Eve or something? I mean, what was he doing?
What? No, I don't know.
Just remember, selling nuclear weapons in EVE Online using the chat channels is against the EULA. So if you've done that, you can't run.
I knew the reason like that you were saying it, but I wanted to like say like
right. You got to get the technicals out.
Yeah.
The only ban I've had was a temp ban because I was just kind of rude, and some ISD got a little anxious and temp banned me for like 4 hours. That's the only thing I've ever had.
But that's still a ban.
It wasn't anything over.
I got
it was more muted
like, once.
Levels
twice in the same alliance tournament, I think it was.
So maybe there should be levels of bans. Like if you had like a minor like whoops.
Mine was like a minor infraction because it's the longevity of it all. It's like 4 hours, 8 hours, 3 days, 6 months, forever. Yeah, there's like buckets in those. Yeah.
And see, First Camper is saying Blastum is extremely loud.
Oh, dude,
I'm hearing him extremely loud as well.
Yeah, you were fine, and then also it seems like in the last few minutes it just all of a sudden ramped your.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just turn your gain down by
his nuts dropped
a little bit.
Now, here. What I want to do real quick, just while we're still at the early part of the show and like still thinking like relatively sane, Pearl, if you could introduce yourself and say where you're from. I don't mean like your home state or anything like that, but like an Eve. And then Hippo, if you could also do that, that would be great too.
Yeah, I'm part of MPX out here in the Bastion. I think I'm your neighbor, although I haven't seen dirt fly through my system yet. But
I flew through a bunch of fucking MPX the other day, actually.
Did you? I think I tripped over a bottle.
I didn't see
somewhere.
fucking puking, but yeah, it's MPX.
Oh no,
I don't expect.
No,
to see
he
puking.
doesn't log in. He's at that high-end metal level.
And Hippo, where are you from?
I'm from I have a regular character in Thunderwolf that I play, but I just do like kind of passive stuff in the capital area.
Passive stuff in the capital, like the 1DQ area?
Yeah, around that area, sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, when you say the capital area, it's like, you mean capital ship? Do you mean like, the capital of Eve? Oh, no. I mean the capital of the Imperium. Okay. So basically what we have here tonight is a very heavy Imperium-based crowd, except for, I don't know where Rain is, like...
I'm still in Origin.
Poured herself out to this week.
Wow, Dirk,
Depends on how drunk she gets. That's where.
Yeah,
are you still in Origin?
I'm still in Origin. I flew with them a few times. My Scimitar went from like number 15th ship to like 7th, and so I'm trying to get them to use Doctrines with all the T2 Logi ships so I can get them like ranked higher. And the worst part is that for the longest time I was the only Scimitar with a skin, the bloody hand skin, by the way. But I'm finally like strong-arming the rest of the semi-pilots into getting skins, and I think I might get them.
Rain, were you on the CO2 Eon kill this week?
I was not. So I was actually at work when they did that, but I was watching Discord.
You didn't get home?
No, I was in Texas for work.
Oh.
So I was like a work trip.
Texas.
Can I ask a silly question? I've been doing this for a while out of convenience, but like, is drinking beer out of a can, is that... What the fuck?
Whatever you're gonna ask, yes.
Like, is it lower class? I mean, should I go with the bottles? The bottles are like more difficult to fucking like deal with.
I'm drinking a Miller Lite out of a can right now, so that's wrong.
I'm fine with it.
There's a whole lot of fucking wrong there because like Miller Lite out of anything doesn't like what the vessel is that you're drinking fucking Miller Lite out of actually doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter.
And I do
unless
hold
you
to my fucking Yingling and whatnot, but it's like. I'm not saying that this is like some fucking great outstanding fucking beer or anything, but it's like, is it wrong that I fucking drink beer out of a fucking can? I mean,
it's for you. It's wrong because you live in Delve and there's no pours allowed in Delve.
No, I know. I just don't feel like dealing with the fucking glass. It's like
cans and bottles cost the same.
Carrying 8 or 12 fucking bottles up the next day is a pain in the fucking ass.
Whether it's in a bottle or a can, it's
bottles
beer and it's lowbrow.
Yingling has like local like breweries. Like, don't you have like Yingling brewery?
I'm like 30 miles from the fucking
bottles just feel nicer in your hand. I mean, it's like you get this tall, nice, long, slender thing rather than this big, fatty can.
So you're saying length matters?
Sometimes.
I thought it was
Drayton's just used to like slender things.
But the nice thing is like when you're taking the trash out though, like people know you're doing a night of drinking. If you're taking the trash out and you hear all this glass clinking everywhere.
No, Drayden, Dirk, are you guys at least recycling your cans or
bottles?
We don't
have recycling up here, Rain. We're Idaho. There's no recycling service.
Wait, you don't live in nature. You gotta recycle.
No, they go out back. They dig a fucking ditch
Rain,
and pour gasoline
there is no recycling up here. Like it's not that I choose not to do it. They just don't have it.
Like the trees. Somebody think of the trees.
I read
they don't
the
even
news
have
today.
like garbage pickup up there.
There are 150 whales beached beached in Australia, and they're just like, fuck the ocean. It's full of shitty beer bottles and like cans, and they're like,
is
fuck
that where
our
the beer
lives.
bottles go?
I mean,
As they go in the ocean?
They go in the trash.
They go
There's,
from
like,
Idaho down the
there's like a
fucking
massive
river to
island
like
of
probably
plastic
Washington or
trash
whatever,
in
and
the
out
ocean.
into,
Island,
and out into
Yeah,
a fucking,
garbage island. So you guys need to recycle that shit.
and out into a
Drayden?
whale's lung.
Well, no,
It is
like,
recycled.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
the
there's a
ocean.
glass
You don't need to
recycling place
recycle
in
your
Spokane,
cans and
but I'm not
bottles.
going to pack up all the glass bottles and
Drayden,
drive
you
all the way
get
out to
money.
Spokane to do it.
Wait, do you get money back in your guys' states when you recycle?
Like I said, we don't really have much recycling.
You guys don't get money back. You guys don't have redemption
Yes, we do.
centers.
No,
It's like
hold
a
on.
dime,
Okay.
a dime
Usually-
a can or a dime a bottle, but you
Yeah,
don't need to
that's-
recycle
No,
because
it's not anywhere near that.
the
Like-
armies of homeless
Yeah,
people
yeah,
that go rummaging through your
there's
trash
a- there's
take
a
everything
place-
out anyway.
Number
Oh my
one,
God.
if your state has good recycling, which oddly enough, Pennsylvania like does have good recycling. Like you don't have to have the crazy fucking deposits on bottles and cans and shit like that. If you are in a state that now has good recycling, but used to have the deposit on bottles and cans like that, you're just getting totally fucking ripped off because you know you'd rather just throw your shit in that big fucking 64-gallon recycling bin that they give you nowadays, okay? Except for the fact that you paid 5 or 10 cents per fucking bottle or can or whatever.
Usually,
it's an absolute fucking sham.
That money then goes to the state, though, and then the state determines what to do with it, which is usually recycling efforts.
No,
It's not
it
just
usually
like,
is not.
oh, yeah, let's
It's
go, like,
usually their
fucking
fucking
throw a
poor
party or
ass,
some
broke
shit.
ass state fucking money, general fund.
Sorry, my state's not poor, Dirk, and we can actually manage shit
Well,
with our
New York
governmental
State, like,
accounting.
you're actually required to recycle, and we also give you, like, if you go to the grocery store with your like bag of cans or bag of bottles, like we give you a refund as well.
Anyways, I wasn't asking about fucking recycling. You know, it's like what you people do with your fucking aluminum or bottles or anything like that. That wasn't why I was asking. I was just asking more from like
$1 for a full garbage, like 40-gallon garbage bag full of cans. You get about $1 for it.
Yeah, I was just more asking for myself what it what it did for my image and things like that. Should I be drinking out of a bottle or should I be, is a can okay? Should I have it in a fucking pint glass or a pilsner or like should I get a little more serious about it or I don't know.
Listen, you just gotta do what makes you feel good.
I know. What makes me feel good
Dirk,
is drinking straight out of the fucking can and throwing it like crunching it and throwing it in the garbage can.
Drink the way that you're dressed. So if you're like in a open com shirt, you need to be drinking Tito's. If you're in a TNT shirt, you can drink whatever you want.
Dirk, just get a growler, man. That's like 4 beers.
Just
in
get
one
a growler.
Bottle. Yeah, it's like 4 beers in one bottle.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways.
I just feel like the growler is like the best way to pass out at a pool.
It's definitely one of those when you see someone filling a growler because like once you fill it up, it's like that's not gonna keep for more than a day.
Well, I haven't only had an Eve spring break yet.
So if someone gets a growler,
where are
like,
we gonna go and eat for spring break? Like,
I don't know. Can you imagine that? Like if we had Eve spring break, that would be a fucking that would be a fucking player meet, right?
No,
that'd be a lot of fucking sausage.
I thought you meant in game. Like, hey guys,
no, not in fucking
for a week.
Oh, we're gonna go to Solitude.
No, a real life one would be God. As long as you guys
I'm
don't
talking
bring
about
your
like
kids.
a fucking player meet or something like that. It's like why has nobody come up with like the idea of
Is that what FanFest is? An Eve spring break?
Who the fuck goes to a goddamn rocky island in the fucking north during winter?
Why not, Dirk?
Because it's winter.
This guy goes.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk about that in a second. We'll actually,
apparently we sing karaoke.
I'm gonna reel us back. Look, one of the things that we talked about in a couple of previous shows were some of the changes that were coming for the March release. Right. One of them was the Dramiel cereals flame skin. Okay, the fiery arms on the front front of the fucking Dramiel and shit.
Yeah, that's good.
I was under the impression that was coming as part of the New Eden store, but it is not available in the New Eden store. Where it is available, though, however, is if you buy the 500 Plex package, you get the Torch Arms Dramiel skin.
The Torch Arms.
I went to look. I saw the advertisement. It was on the launcher about like
how much is it?
$19.99.
How much is the Dramiel skin on the market?
That I don't know. I didn't even actually go look to see what it might be on the market. But if the only place it's coming from is if somebody spends $19.99 to buy the 500 Plex package, I'm going to say it's going to be pretty fucking pricey on the in-game market because there's probably not that many people. Not if you buy the 1100 or the other what is it? Yeah, the 1100 package or the 2860 package or things like that.
What if I buy a floating Nyx?
Well, if you buy a floating Nyx, you get like whatever skin they were going to give out, and then your money back.
Yeah.
So
Although
is that
you can't
a
buy them
free
anymore.
skin?
It's just if you
It'd
had
be a
already
free
pre-purchased.
But anyways, I thought this was going to be available in the New Eden store when they announced it. But I went looking today just to kind of confirm that when I saw this advertisement for the 500 Plex package. It's only good until March 28th. Maybe after that, I don't know. Maybe after that it goes into the store.
That's the skin you're talking about, right? In chat.
You made me click shit. Yes, that thing. Yeah. So so anyways, if you want this now, remember there was that Macarial one a while back, and they've had and I can't remember the other one that they came up with in between. I remember the Macarial one you got by I think it was a 3-month subscription rate or something like that. I'm almost positive that's what it was. A 3-month subscription rate. You got that Macarial one that kind of had like the lines that went up it and kind of lit up as as it went back or whatever.
The green one, right?
The green animated skin for the Macarial. So maybe
Hank, maybe for the tier 1 sub, bud.
Maybe that's what all of it. Thanks, thanks. Maybe that's what these animated skins are. Is they're always for one of these kind of monetization type things. I really don't like the fact of it's for Plex though. I really think it should be for subscriptions and things along those lines. But whatever, or it should be for Plex, a Plex package and a subscription package, as opposed to because I don't need to fucking buy no goddamn Plex. I ain't fucking dissing into your goddamn market for for buying Plex with real money. I'm sorry, and those people shouldn't be rewarded for their laziness.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about like buying a subscription, yeah, we'll do a shot.
Shot for Hippo.
Oh my god, I gotta take a shot. Oh, I have his fire.
It was a tier 1 sub. You didn't do like a fucking tier 5 sub or whatever. Like the really cool fucking subs are.
Shots.
But
tier 3 with Twitch Prime.
What they're regular. All right, so let me grab my fireball in the fridge real quick.
All right. But what you could do is, instead of like them paying for the subscription, you buy the Plex and you just use that to get a month, which means that you basically aren't paying for next month's subscription. Although.
And I just linked it out there, in Twitch chat. If you want to click on it, there's actually a really cool video that comes along with that. It doesn't come along with you buying it. It comes along with that link if you click it. That shows the animation of this ship flying in space, which actually looks pretty fucking cool for those people who fly Dramiels. I don't know. When the Macarial one came out, I immediately signed up for that because everybody and their fucking mother was flying fucking Macarials, right? I mean, it's
everyone's saying it's the Hex Macarial skin.
I feel like the only people that fly like Dramiels are the people that do burner missions or people that are burning like a 6K perch.
Dramiels are really good in low sec too.
I'm not saying Dramiel's a bad ship. I'm just saying it's not the Macarial in terms of total overall use.
Dramiel is a great ship.
If you know how to fly it, I tried a Dramiel.
Well, then they should have a fire tail fire coming out of the end of the fire tail. That would be awesome. Oh. They can do that. The arms of the Dramiel have a fire come outside the fire tail. Why not?
There we go. That is a good idea.
It should come out like a jet ski, like rooster tail coming so not just straight out the back.
Like kind of just spinning off in the air. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, anyways, I think that it would be cool if what they did was had this as both kind of if you want to have it as a Plex package or if you want to have it as a skill extractor package or whatever, you should also have it as a subscription package. It should always be a subscription package. Like I just feel like that should always be there.
I think they don't really worry about because whether it's buying Plex or buying subscriptions, it's the same amount of money going towards them. So
it might be.
I'm just happy
then therefore you get the people who want to buy Plex, right? You get the people who want to buy maybe you get
people that want to buy a subscription, they can use the Plex for their subscription, so it works either way. But the people that don't,
that would be fucking stupid. You just wouldn't do that.
Yeah, just remember though that if you buy Plex, you're actually paying more money than if you're buying
you pay a little bit more for Plex but
exactly.
I mean, if people are like, well, that extra $2 or $3 is fine with me if I get that skin, Oh, this is like
maybe there's somebody there crunching those kind of fucking numbers, like, really hardcore, and like they come up and said, our sweet spot this month, like, push the malt wine, right? Push the thing that we've got too much. We've got too much fucking Plex in reserve. We need to. You know what? We'll put a fucking skin on it this month.
Isn't that half the point of, like, with them rotating skins and stuff like that, is to try and make things a little bit more, like, hot, I guess?
I mean, that being said, okay, if you were to buy the 1100 Plex,
that's far too much Plex,
right? Shouldn't you also get this skin? I mean, it shouldn't just be at the 500 Plex.
Dirk, maybe they're just
level,
focusing
right?
on that one. Maybe they're just focusing on that one.
Well,
obviously, there's a reason they want to do that one.
There's not a maybe. Like, it's literally they are just focusing on that one.
Like, they're not offering a discount to the Plex. They're just adding a skin to it. So maybe they
Which is kind of like a discount.
I don't.
Well,
it is. Yeah.
Every Plex package has a number of quote unquote free Plex, right? So the 500 Plex package is 440 Plex plus 60 free, right? The 1100 is 880 plus 220, right? So you've always got these discounts that are kind of built in, just like subscriptions. You've always got going up the line, discounts that are kind of built into it, right? This right here is just, and you'll get the Plex, and you'll get the skin.
I don't know. That seems like I played a lot of like MMOs, like through the not only like the Imperium, but like different like outlets. And what that seems to me is, thanks for all the access. What that seems to me is like it's like a hey.
Why do you sound like a child?
That's because there's a child next to me.
Oh, can we talk to them?
No, he's
Hello.
He's watching TV. It seems to me like, hey, you can have this, but you have to buy $100 worth of this first. And I don't like that. I like the pay $15 a month and have access to everything. But that's just me. I know some people play the game differently and they want different things out of the game.
Well, I mean,
microtransactions.
I mean, back in
this is like the DLC for Eve, right? This is kind of their DLC content.
It's not DLC. This here is fucking monetization type stuff, which is off on the fucking side of how you actually pay for the game subscription wise.
It's the same thing that every game is doing, especially in the last 5 to 10 years. Is everyone is starting to monetize. But there's the big flag for pay to win. So what a lot of games are doing to avoid the pay to win flag, but still get extra revenue on the side, is they're just selling cosmetic stuff because that doesn't.
I think, but what you're also seeing too is like the backlash from that, because there's a lot of games because the Imperium played ArcAge. There's a huge backlash of like ArcAge players because it's all pay to win
stuff,
and
though.
Yeah, that was pay to win.
That was like pay for like advantage that other people can't have. So that is
it's trash.
Yeah, but I mean, I liked it, but it was terrible.
I liked it, but it got boring very quickly.
This is not what that is. This is not what that is. Okay.
Yeah, what this is that you have two groups of people in Eve. You have your Omegas who are paying a subscription, and then you have your Alphas who are basically playing around for free and providing content to the Omegas. But they also want to be able to get a little bit of money out of those Alphas, so you put the cosmetics in, hoping to entice them to spend a little money.
Well, for cosmetics, yes. Okay. For the purchase of Plex, look, that can also be an Omega as well. Okay, how do you want to generate your in-game ISK and things? Look, if you're buying Plex, right? If you're buying a Plex package, you're not buying a Plex package to then sub your account. That's not what you do. You do not buy a Plex package to do these other things.
Well, sometimes you do, depending on the country that you're from.
Also, what about the what does they have that, like they got the daily alpha injector? So like if you're a free player, you can pay like 50 cents a day, or like some people that's like a negligible amount, but like over time, you're getting 50 cents a day from these players that like want or need these skill points, because after they changed to like 5.5 million skill points, you actually can't get anything anymore. You have to have this.
And it's, and First Camper, I just want to respond to you out there. He said, honestly, though, if people want to buy that garbage, let them. It's not a matter of that, right? It's, to me, based on what how I brought this up tonight, is just a matter of, if you want the skin, though, there's only one way to do it. There's only one way to get it, and that is buy into Plex. I don't need Plex. I do need subscriptions. I might need extractors. Who the hell knows, right? I may need these other things that give you CCP $20 or whatever. Okay. And I would like to be able to get your firearm fucking, skin from that as well, right? I mean, like, what do you care what the reason is that I throw you $20?
I think some of it could be just like any other game. Take League of Legends, for example. They have the regular skins, which are, I don't know, this is a terrible example. Take the League of Legends, like you have the regular skins that are, $5, or you have the legendary skins that are 17.
Yeah, well, they have like 3 different tiers of them. Yeah, so, like the top tier one, I think there's like 4 of them. They're like $25, $30 skins. But yeah, they have.
But all right,
different.
So, anyways, really, the thing I wanted to point out there was the fact that, hey, look, this is not available in the New Eden store. This is not something that you can buy for Plex that you already have in the game, like other skins that they have and things like that. Which I thought was what, and I went back to look at the the update notes that were released right before the patch came out, or the release came out, and it never did say New Eden store in there. That was just something.
The first skin that's like that, where like there's no other way to buy it.
Nope.
So it's not new. It's just
the Hex Macarial skin, and I think that there was one in between there as well that was also one of these kind of animated skins that you got through either a sub or something along those lines. I just don't remember right now.
It's the Scorpion skin, the Ishikuna watch.
No, the Ishikun watch.
The Ishikun watch was a very old one that was a promotional type ship that eventually got turned into a skin.
But anyways, there was another one out there or whatever. But I do want to move on from this so we have time for other things, because oh my god, it's 9:30 already.
What's wrong with talking about skins, Dirk?
Who what?
What's wrong with talking about skins?
Well, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with talking about skins. I'm just saying there's other things fucking talking about to talk about.
Are beat to death. Let's never go back there.
I mean, with some of your guys' habits, they would be beat to death.
Mouse pads and pockets are two
no. What was the other thing? Okay, so today, CCP Games at least out on Twitter. I don't know where else they fucking talked about this. They said. They sent a tweet out that said, CCP is proud to announce that we are part of the Fair Play Alliance, working with other industry leaders to raise awareness regarding player behavior related issues. Okay. And then they linked to a PC Gamer article, which I'm going to throw out there into Twitch chat now. It said that talks about how major game companies are teaming up to combat toxicity in gaming. Okay, now number one, when I saw the when I saw the initial fucking tweet, I sat there and said, "Oh my god, there's so many fucking places to go here." Or actually, it was LOL. There's so many places that you know to go with this. And I know that the EVE community, the EVE player community, doesn't have an abnormal number of, kind of fucking toxic things in it and all that kind of shit, right? Like, we know
it's a lot lower in EVE than it is in, like, say, Dota or League of Legends.
Well, it probably is based on total number of players and things like that, right? Like, sometimes here, a lot of things seem really condensed, right? And we notice the things that we notice, number one, because we're here, and number two, because it's like, it's a smaller gaming community than like Dota or Coad or like anything from Blizzard or League of Legends or whatever, right?
Blizzard I mean, equals toxic.
but it is fucking interesting here, kind of like what this is all about, right? I mean, this is all about like a number of game makers who are kind of banding together in order to battle toxicity,
cyberbullying.
Well, yeah, all sorts of different things.
There's a difference between toxicity and cyberbullying. Well, and those are not the same thing.
The thing that's going to be weird on this is that are they going to have a set standard that all these companies are going to conform to? Because what is considered toxic varies from game to game.
Well, I think that's what it is. They're going to do like a flat. This is how we feel about how you should act in all games across the board. I think that's what
that's so
quote-unquote coalition.
But it's like if you shit talk people in EVE, it's just like the guy's just shit talking. If you shit talk someone in like Dota or League, people will like pitch a fit and cry, and even if it's
I just find it.
I'm offended.
I played League of Legends and I played a lot of Eve, and like even when I die in low sec and somebody's like, dude, like you're awful. Like the amount of flack that I get from somebody telling me that I'm terrible in Eve and low sec versus the amount of just like shit talking garbage head and League of Legends is completely different. Like the League of Legends guys can like totally worse, I feel like.
Oh yeah, like League of Legends, competitive CS:GO, like you make a mistake in either one of those games, like that shit gets personal real quick. Like people are coming after you.
So the issue is
you need to kill yourself. Like that's
like you should have been aborted and like all like it gets crazy so fast. Eve's not that bad.
There's certain lines that should be universally like across all games.
So the issue is that in like a lot of these other games, so like I think Overwatch as an example, if I'm doing competitive Overwatch and somebody does terribly, doesn't cooperate, leaves the team, I lose and I get punished for it. Whereas like Eve, if somebody leaves my fleet, I'm just kind of boned, but I can also still do what I want to do in the game. I'm not reliant on anyone else. So like I do a lot of solo PvP. I can continuously do it.
Are you
regardless.
trying to say that because games like that have like the team base is smaller and therefore more reliant on the individual, that it's more toxic like, because of that?
It is, and because like so a lot of times like if you think like a corp or an alliance in Eve starting out, their goal is to help other people learn so they can do things, right? So like when I started, I was with 10 people. So if you think some of these games are slightly smaller than that, with team-based comps, but the goal was to teach everyone how to play and how to learn and how to grow, because in that way we could all be successful. Whereas a lot of these other ones, it's like Overwatch, there's been endless amounts of times where I join a game, somebody leaves, somebody AFK, somebody's just like, oh yeah, like I wanted to play that character, so I'm just gonna like feed the other team and throw, and it becomes like 5v6 or 4v5 or, you know, one of those like imbalances where your teammates are actively working against you or they're not helping you win. And that's why it's toxic.
I think the difference is like in Eve, like if somebody leaves your fleet and they're gone, like you still fight. Like your
not
team or
as
your
big
fleet
of an
is still
impact.
fighting each other.
Yeah,
but
like you can't say people
or
dropping
whatever,
or DCing or
when
like
somebody
bailing. You know what I mean?
They're just like, oh, you're fucking terrible. You should kill yourself. Like that's I think that's the difference.
Yeah, and I mean some games do have a way against that. So I'm thinking like League, if like a character just can't connect to a match or a player can't connect to a match, they let you leave. Dota, if somebody disconnects, you're allowed to leave the game and you don't get penalized for that. Whereas
I think most competitive shooters have that actually.
So some of them do, but like Overwatch doesn't. You still get penalized in Overwatch. Like
wait,
there's even
seriously?
there's a notification at the top that says you are free to leave the game and you won't be penalized, but you take this as a loss. And it's like, well,
so it's still a loss, but you don't get like a comp cooldown or a ban.
Whereas like League and Dota, I think you just get a freely leave and it's just like a wash.
Yeah, it's same with CS:GO. Like if the last if a guy doesn't connect or he like bails, the match just doesn't exist. Like the timer runs down, then everybody gets kicked back out of the lobby, and it just didn't count for anything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, but yeah. So what I was just basically saying is like the player interactions in the game and all the various different games are different, and what's considered super toxic is different between all the games. I mean, there's the
core
was saying that there's certain things that are
definition is
just
the
toxic
same,
across any game, doesn't matter. Like, you know, people are saying, oh, go kill yourself. Like that's toxic no matter where the fuck you're playing. But you know, there's various different levels. So like, how are they going to set this, or are they going to each game individually set their own bar?
I would imagine there's probably going to be like a toxicity team for each game.
Are they going to try to get their own level
so
of
now
toxicity?
what this particular article in PC Gamer says, right? Okay, is now more than 30 more than 30 gaming companies, including Blizzard, Riot, CCP, Twitch, Discord, and Epic, are teaming up to tackle the problem collectively through an organization called the Fair Play Alliance. The hope is that by sharing research, lessons learned, and best practices, the company will be able to develop a better understanding of why toxicity happens, how to deal with toxic players, and most of all, how to stop toxicity from happening in the first place. I've got the fucking answer. I've already been able to fucking answer this. Get rid of the fucking players. The fucking
no players
are fucking horrible.
Done.
I don't know, but
the human being behind the keyboard, right there. Fucking wipe them out.
What you're saying is,
so you're saying the human condition is toxic.
So
they're fucking horrible people. The internet breeds anonymity. It breeds all this fucking nasty fucking shit. And guess what? In a fucking game, no matter you know, and you can get into the different levels of toxicity and all that kind of shit about like, you know, how your fucking team is what, like, but honestly, it's just the fucking people, the human beings. They're trash.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
So if Eve is full of botters, then it's not toxic.
But there's got to be a balance. So if you get rid of all the players,
no, exactly. Botters are the least toxic players in Eve.
100%. They don't say anything.
Maybe the NPCs will start being toxic to each other. Then what are you gonna do?
Wait, say that again.
Nothing. It was dumb.
Okay.
I feel like it wasn't.
Let's just move on. Forget
You
it.
want to go back to it? I feel like we should revisit it.
No.
One of the things I did find interesting, okay, about one of the quotes in this article, is somebody from Riot said a lot of these changes, a lot of these challenges today are super intimidating. These are big cultural shifts. As an industry and as a society online, which honestly I think is the more important kind of thing there. Forget as an industry, the gaming industry, more as a society online. We're trying to find our way. Having to be a company that steps out and says, we're going to be the ones to do this is kind of scary. This is an opportunity for all of us to say, what if we walk together as an industry?
That's Riot?
That's somebody from Riot. Yeah.
Riot and League have been one of the most toxic communities ever.
They are.
Compared to like the only one that can really compare is like Dota. Dota and League have the most toxic communities.
But again, size matters. Size matters, just like with fucking mouse pads. Size
League.
Fucking matters, okay? And League of Legends and fucking Dota like have so many fucking players, right? That like I don't know if percentage-wise they are somehow worse than EVE in some way, or worse than the way EVE used to be. I can tell you right now, EVE has improved so much over the fucking years as far as toxicity goes and shit like that. Like it's night and day from where it was. Like Rain, you would have cried every night of the fucking week back in 2008.
I fucking grew up on the internet, Dirk. Like you guys
you say you grew up in then why you grew up on the fucking internet, but I'm gonna tell you right now, in fucking 2008. EVE was a different fucking game, and I'm quite certain that people out there that tell you back in 2004 it was fucking brutal and all that kind of shit, and walking uphill both ways in the snow.
No, none of this shit phases me. None of this shit phases me. I flew with pizza.
Well,
I flew with pizza.
Here's my thought on that dynamic shift and that paradigm shift in EVE Online and the toxicity. Is the community kind of policed that themselves and raised that awareness back to CCP and said, hey, you guys better do something about this. We as a community kind of banded together and policed it more than probably the other communities like Dota and League can do, because they don't have time. Those groups don't have time to deal with kind of that level of toxicity that we're going to take a little bit more, precaution with and raise that awareness. So maybe that's a best practice.
Well, that is certainly one of the things about EVE, given just kind of the I don't want to say the culture that we have, kind of the environment that we have in terms of the organizations that we have, the scale of the organizations that we have in a lot of ways, right? Where you can police that shit from kind of, the player level, right? That we're not going to tolerate this in this organization or that organization, and that permeates across, across a large chunk of EVE. It doesn't permeate across everything, right? But it's like you can have that player-driven kind of thing that goes on in EVE that you can't necessarily in World of Warcraft. I mean, like it's just different the way that shit operates in EVE than it does in these other games like League of Legends.
Well, here's the thing that it's not just the toxicity like in the typing and stuff, because EVE is one of those games that is very like I don't want to say majority because I don't know how HiSec does stuff, but when you get like these like fleets and stuff, like a large portion of the game is being on voice comms. Like you're on Mumble, you're on TeamSpeak, you're on Discord, you're on whatever service you use. Like very rarely, if I don't even know, does anyone ever run a fleet with no voice comms? It's pretty much a requirement. And so people are always in voice communication.
Well, there may be some fleets out there running right now without voice comms because they were on eVoice, but they were 0.4% of EVE.
Yeah, like what are they going to do with themselves? No, but on top of that, it's like, I mean, most fleet comms are fine, but like you get in some of these fleet comms, it's like, the FC's sit there kind of like not having a full massive rage, but they shit on people like, oh, you beat a fucking
depends on
like,
what
there is a huge fucking difference between toxicity, okay,
and just
in any game, and somebody being a momentary douchebag or like any of those things, right? I mean, let's not sit there and
getting
say
triggered.
That this is
There's
not
a fine
about
line between that,
this is not about like people saying that guess what, we're gonna police all fucking language that happens in any fucking video game and like all that. That's not what this is. This is not trying to take away your ability to say fuck. or cunt or like whatever.
That's not what I was getting at. So what I was getting
I don't normally
that,
say that word, but I thought I'd throw it out there just because it's commonly
sometimes
used.
the FC will come down on someone or even like a group of people in the fleet for not doing what they're supposed to do, or if they're fucking around, or if they're intentionally being douchebags or whatever it is. The FC, and it could sound harsh, and the thing is, from an outside source or people in other games, if they heard that, they would be completely offended and thrown back. Like, I can't believe this guy's acting like this. What a dick. But in EVE, people are like, that's just the FC being an FC. Like, I mean, it's normal. Like, people just hear it and they're like, whatever. Okay, so he yelled at me. I'll live on with the fleet. But
toxicity runs.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's a different
toxicity runs deeper level than that kind of shit, though.
I also think there's more accountability.
I think
like, whenever you're mean to someone or you're like, oh, this person's fucking terrible. Like, there's an accountability about that. Like, there's a court mail, there's a conversation, there's something about that like, oh, this guy has to, okay, like he said something mean to this person. All right, well, did this guy do this? In other games, there's really not. It's like, oh, the game's over. There's not accountability.
And the other thing, I don't know if this is like a big factor, but here's the other thing that I think might play a factor is if you look at the generic average of EVE players, they're a lot older. They're a lot more mature, and they can handle someone coming down on them and like kind of chewing them out a little bit, and they're okay with it. They're not going to go have a temper tantrum in the corner because mom yelled at me or dad yelled at me. It's just
have you seen some of the players in EVE Drayden?
I'm not saying everyone, but I'm saying a lot. But when you look at these other games, if someone like yells at them for fucking up, they're like, oh, they
like I've seen
go on this crusade to go persecute the person.
There is a huge difference. There is a huge difference between what we recognize to be the toxicity in EVE Online, okay, given the kind of structure that we have. And like you can what used to be brought up a lot, and you can still bring it up in some occasions now, right? Is kind of local chat and shit like that, right? The kind of public area chat and things like that. Good organizations out there have policed this themselves internally as far as fleet chats go and as far as alliance chat goes and corp chat goes and things like that, right? They've policed it internally. There is still some semblance of it out there in private chats and local has actually been been fucking burned to the ground as well for a lot of this stuff, as opposed to other games. It's why comparing it to other games is not quite the fucking same when you're talking about things like proximity voice comms, or like when you're talking about just kind of proximity chat and things like that. Way different in those other games than what we have in EVE Online.
League of Legends just added a in-game voice communication.
Oh my
service.
God, I had to turn that off.
They just added it, and I was like, God help every one of those 12-year-old kids playing that game. It's gonna. I turned it off too because I'm like, it's gonna be a shitstorm. I don't want to hear anything to do with that. It's funny because like they added it and you just got rid of theirs because like no one uses this. And League of Legends, it's just like, man. I'm tempted to turn it back on just to be entertained, but
in Deathmain, if there's shit going on in out in test out there, right? That comes down to a leadership thing. That comes down to what it is that they're willing to allow in their organization. It doesn't matter whether it's test or whoever the hell it is out there, right? It comes down to in their particular channels what it comes down to. The difference is in that some of these games, you can't just necessarily leave kind of that organization that you're with, right? If you're in an organization where the toxicity level is high, you have the option to leave that, right? You can't just leave some of these other areas. And this is where I think some of these other games kind of fucking stumble with, how do we deal with these more public areas? Whereas in EVE, again, I think a lot of organizations have really begun to police this over time, mainly because they don't want to shed players that are in their particular kind of tribe and shit like that, simply because there's a bunch of fucking fuckheads that want to say shit.
Yeah.
Fucking fuckheads, huh?
Fucking fuckheads. And ultimately it comes down to, look, the whole goddamn anonymity of the internet and all that kind of shit. It's like fucking fuckheads are going to be fucking fuckheads. There's just no question about that.
What the heck, Dirk? Calm down.
Okay, I'm generally calm. Like my pulse is like low and shit.
A good point.
My hands are shaking. My hand...
I'm still getting headshots.
He's still taking Tito shots. Boom.
Boom, Tito shot. Boom, Tito shot.
Jesus Christ, you guys.
I think you guys have your AT commercial.
I think we just got our commercial.
Oh man!
Oh my!
The thing is, like, handshaking without—that's alcoholism, but that's fine.
Wait, I gotta shut a fireball because I'm poor. So.
Go ahead, man. Do your fucking fireball. It's all good.
Shots.
That is a good idea, but the.
But I initially laughed. I initially laughed at the tweet today.
Commercial a few years ago.
Are we taking a shot? All right, everybody, mazel tov.
I initially laughed at the tweet today because I know that kind of like, the thing is like, Eve. Look, when people sit there and talk about the Eve community and how great it is and all that kind of shit, it's like we know that we've got toxic fucking people in our midst. Hell, from time to time, I'm one of the fucking toxic people in our fucking midst. Okay, that being said,
sometimes you're toxic on the show.
You're toxic to us, Dirk. You're toxic to open comms.
That being said, okay, overall, this is a community that, despite what people want to think about it in fucking 2008 or fucking 2010 or 2012 or whatever, right, has gotten incredibly better for, like, how it fucking deals with itself. And Eve is so good about that because it is so fucking player driven. The players of the game, the leaders of the fucking game, have done it. And CCP has been there with them. Okay, that that being said, there's probably still some work they can do, and there's probably a lot that these other fucking games can learn from the people who are involved with CCP on the fucking EVE Online side of the business. So while I did like laugh at the fucking tweet earlier today, I then had to go back on myself and think, yeah, but it's better now. It just is fucking better now.
The last point I want to say on that is it's actually CCP is kind of public on it too, and they, they're not much in the point and shame game like a lot of the internals of the players, but yeah, CCP kind of does. They're pretty damn good at pointing and shaming. So you're banned. Goodbye. That's it. So yeah, they don't tolerate a lot of that stuff, and it's a lot driven from the players. So that's my final point on that.
I am kind of laughing at the fucking name of this, the Fair Play Alliance. And I'm only laughing at that from the standpoint of, well, number one, it's got nothing to do with fucking fair play, but whatever. Eve Northeast, the last couple of years, has been at a place called something Fair Play or something like that. Because it was like Renaissance Fair Play or whatever. But I saw that, and it kind of like, the whole thing fucking made me laugh. It's just like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. Fucking like snowflakes are fucking everywhere. But the fact of the matter is that it does come down to kind of the whole idea of you know what? There's a time and a fucking place to, like, be a fucking douchebag to somebody. It's just not fucking every time and every fucking place. And if you're an organization out there that wants to fucking tolerate that.
Like before you like 10 years ago, you if you were a douchebag to somebody, like, and you saw them, like, hey, that guy's a fucking douchebag. It's different. Now there's anonymity on the internet. So, like, you can be a douchebag.
Well, number one, there's always been anonymity on the internet. Okay? Look, there are organizations out there that are known for fucking being the douchebags of fucking EVE Online, right? I mean, I'm not going to go through the fucking names right now. Okay? But, like, there are people out there that there are people and there are fucking actual organizations that are known for being highly fucking toxic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wild is one of those people.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't see what he said. Rain, you want to what?
Want to what?
Hippo Jacks.
He tipped $1. Don't fucking like jerk a dick off for a fucking buck.
Like,
we're not fucking buck bitches.
Like, what did you give me? It's like, I got you $1. Like, holding.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Look. There are individuals and but they become known commodities, right? Like, these are the things that we know in EVE. This group is somebody who will say shit that is completely fucking out of line. That kind of stuff, right? It's like, but, and I think it's so much better here that we, the fucking players, police our own. It is so much better than the fucking top reaching down and saying, this is how we're going to fucking do it. We've actually gotten into the fucking action of policing our own. That is so much better.
Yeah. because I mean, like I don't know, like the toxicity in Eve, like when they did the whole breakdown. Like, I mean, there was the erotica 1 thing and all that, and it's like, I mean, since that whole era, like it
but that
has been toned down, and that was a lot of player policing, I guess.
Even going back to the erotica 1 incident, right? Like a lot of the things that today we react to, either plus or minus, 3 degrees of what it was back in the day. This was like the fucking end of the world. Like people shit themselves over this kind of stuff, right? Like they shit themselves over fucking Summer Blink, and back in the fucking day. And then when the fucking casino thing fucking happened, it was kind of like, whoa, wait a minute, why are you fucking attacking? Like, you had fucking players in Eve that were defending stuff that was way beyond like what even Summer Blink got fucking banned for. Okay, same thing with fucking erotica 1. It's like what he did.
Hippo Jacks. I know $10 in Eve is more than Iron Bank is missing. That's what he said.
Oh man, maybe we can get into another donut war.
I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna like pull my glass up to be able to pour a shot here in a second. Okay, but like the whole point is that this shows you, like, you can literally. You know how, like, on the monthly economic report, they can sit there and go, during this fucking change, this happened, and that's why you see the fucking CPI change and stuff like that. There's a whole number of things that you can look back in terms of Eve's kind of, what the society of Eve has changed due to these events, right? One of those events.
Are we doing shots to Hippo?
One of those events would have been something like, the erotica 1 scandal that they called it back in the fucking time, right?
Well, I think that it kind of like really started to shift with a certain person who was wearing a wizard hat at FanFest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now that's really dependent on, like, do you like sorceress or sorcerer or wizard?
Oh, it's acknowledged. It was a wizard hat.
It was a wizard hat.
It was a wizard hat.
You can't like make it like sound cooler than what it was, or like put breasts on it. Like breasts on it would have been way better.
It wasn't that bad.
Lipstick on a pig.
That being said,
that does make the pig look significantly better.
This shit that happened back in the fucking day, okay, that people freaked the fuck out on and actually got pitchforks and torches over, it's like nowadays would seem low scale compared to what we deal with now, right? I mean, it's not quite the fucking same thing, but the idea back in the day was fucking hold this back, see now where it has expanded to, kind of a thing.
I think back in the day you were like, oh, you're a terrible pilot. And then now it's
no, because back in the day you can get into, fucking Nazi shit, you can get into all kinds of racism shit, you can get into like hardcore fucking, anti-trans, anti-GL, LGBT, like everything back in the fucking day was way fucking higher, right? But it was tolerated. And then at one point, a piece of it chipped off, and people like jumped on that fucking shit. And then a piece of it chipped off, and people jumped on that shit. And now you're to the point where it's like, okay, while this seems significant now because times have changed, holy shit! Back in the fucking day, this was just like de rigueur. I mean, it was just like it was the fucking norm.
If it was just another 15 minutes of local chat.
Yeah. But that's good because it shows that Eve has. And look, when you've got a game that's 15 fucking years old, thank God something shows that something has evolved here.
But then again, how many games have it so where if somebody is swearing in local or linking to porn in local, that a spy will come around and report them to the GMs in order to get a fleet commander banned from the game.
Well, I mean, if swearing, I don't think in any game really gets anyone banned.
Yeah.
Most people don't, and I don't like most games. Like a lot of games have chat filters anyway. But now linking porn, now local is like a thing exclusive to Eve. I mean, like there's general chats and stuff, but like in most other games, it's isolated between whoever's a handful of people. But I think in any game, if you're linking porn or links that are, you know, very questionable, maybe you won't get reported, but there's always gonna be that one dude that's not happy about it, and they will report you.
Yeah, what DC would, I don't know if DC played 1.6 Counter-Strike or Source, but back then you could spray paint on the wall in Counter-Strike.
Oh,
It was so nasty.
Oh yeah, and you could upload your own image off
stuff unimaginable on those walls that people would spray paint.
What if Russian bots came into Eve and started just spray painting stuff on billboards?
Yeah, seriously. So yeah, DC, I was talking about Counter-Strike and Source and 1.6 when people would spray paint porn images and just really raunchy.
I haven't played Counter-Strike in a long time, but I did play in 1.6, and that was some.
That was the best way to get kills, man. You'd spray some crazy hot chick on a wall, and then somebody come by and start.
And they would stare at it.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was amazing. I missed that. That was so much fun.
If you couldn't focus and fire the M1 A4, you're bad. Come on now.
I always call it the spready kill. Like you put a spready up on the wall and then you kill him.
That was fine. I've got a 1
I honestly miss that. I don't even consider that toxic or bad. That was just fun. It was like metagaming.
All right, so we are actually going to
spready Drake,
actually move on here, because I do want to get into the thing, in the thing right after this. Does anybody have any comments about what happened on Tuesday?
I'm really glad
what happened on Tuesday.
I'm really glad I was traveling for work and didn't have to experience it.
I don't have to worry about that because when downtime and all that patch stuff happens, I'm asleep, and then
as an American, it is something that you fucking deserve, Drayden. Especially as a West Coast American who wakes up
really
3 hours late fucking after I do.
Yeah, it's like when I wake up, the extended downtime's even done. Even if there's problems, they extend that even 5 hours
to be fixed during European time zone.
Yeah, I think European is the ones that get hit by the worst by that because
they're the ones that should suffer while we wake up and go, thank God it works wonderfully.
Well, they do suffer because they're the ones off work, time to play some Eve, and they get home. It's like, why is downtime not over?
Exactly. This is
not really downtime.
This is how they suffer.
Organic milk, so every time I'm happy that downtime happens, I'm like, oh God, Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.
However, on Tuesday,
doing another shot.
On Tuesday, for what seemed to be a reasonably basic fucking patch, right? A reasonably basic release for the March release. It turned into, oh shit, fucking Tuesday is shot to fuck.
Yeah, well,
and then a part of Wednesday.
What? Okay, I had to sound that name out. Washer Squash is Australian time zone downtime when downtime ends. That's I think Australian prime time. So they're the ones that get hit the worst by it. But European gets hit too because when downtime ends, if downtime has to be extended or the stuff that happened on Tuesday, it pushes into the European time zone. But Australia does get fucked.
The 12 guys and the judge that are out in Australian time zone, and then of course the people that have come over from the Serenity server. We understand that you guys are just gonna have to fucking eat it. You're just gonna have to
What's that?
Open the back of your fucking throat and just fucking eat it.
I hear if you tip
Dirk,
your head
how
up,
are
it
you
helps.
eating food? How are you?
I'm not eating
like
fucking
that?
food. I was trying to open my throat without something actually being there to fucking help open it.
Well,
like a meatball sub.
That's not a good demonstration.
If I had a fucking meatball sub, I would have fucking shoved that shit down there and been like, patch day.
We've seen that.
Oh my god, that would be a
What
really
the
good
fuck
fucking
are you
meme.
guys talking about?
It's like a snake unhinging its jaw and just swallowing a gazelle whole.
Anyways, all right, that
What?
I can help you with that.
It was amazing.
I can help you with that, Dirk. I'm willing to sacrifice and help train you.
No, Pearl. Okay. That being said, okay. Look, there are things in Eve that are apparently completely fucking connected.
Like
that
docking rights.
If you change the two of those things at the same kind of relative time, even months in between, it may be oh shit, that was the one last tether fucking connection. And you know what I'm thinking happened this fucking week? Tethering, jumping in on fucking Sinos into a fucking tether range, coupled with
Chat bubbles.
The chat. Okay. Nobody knew how the fuck back in the old days tethering and chat were fucking connected. Hold on. Actually, that doesn't make any fucking sense because fucking tethering was created like. But however, like, it would still be fucking funny if that, if that's what it was, if they fucking connected fucking tethering and fucking chat together.
It was probably
nobody fucking knows.
Voice.
Now, would it be that you can only
because there was
chat
all
while
kinds of crazy shit. There was all kinds of crazy shit that fucking happened, right? There were people out there that had fucking videos of Keepstars warping. Like, to this day, to this moment, I don't even know if any of that was just fucking like, crazy fucking like, shit that wasn't real.
I sent videos to that. All right, so the CCP chick with the fucking glasses. She's skinny. She's got the fucking glasses. I don't know who it is.
CCP skinny glasses chick.
That's a good name.
No, she
yes, I don't know who the fuck it is.
No, not Seagull.
The executive producer.
I got a fucking screenshot. I don't know who it is. I'll
okay,
send
post
the whole
the
thing.
Does she have red hair? Is she ginger?
I don't know. I'm just telling you the whole thing before I.
Were you the dude hitting
you guys
on me
know
in
that
chat?
person that has like the hair
yes,
and the
I'm
face?
hitting on you in chat, and yes, I'm
That's
trying to fucking do this.
so weird.
Just get over it.
Fuck?
That's weird that you're hitting on your chat when you're in teasing.
It's fine. Like, hey,
I don't even know you.
He's just approaching from multiple angles.
Fine.
It's fine.
I'm just trying to be normal guy. Okay?
Oh,
I'm being a normal guy.
Whatever. Carry on with your semi-story.
You could doomsday and warp, and by the time you got out of warp, you could doomsday again. I tried to send this to her. She I got left on red. I don't know if y'all know what that's like.
So apparently we have claims of a fucking doomsday issue.
Wim, thanks for
We've
the
also got
3-month
claims
resub,
out there of a fucking Citadel's warping issue. Like, all
why
kinds
do you hate
of
me so much?
all kinds of fucking claims of shit that was happening at the fucking time. And this is exactly what I'm gonna tell you right now. Having been in New York at the fucking time, okay, it's like this is exactly what happened on 9/11.
Why can't you come hang out with me in Wild? We're trying to hang out.
I'm just saying, this is exactly what happened on fucking 9/11. Okay, there were people who were like, "Hey, it's planes." Everybody else is like, "No, it's that Mexican janitor." It's like there were all kinds of fucking stories that were going on, and it was like, I still don't know.
If you come and hang out with me in Wild.
Wait, are you in New York, Hippo Jacks?
Yes, I am.
I'm so glad.
Yes, Rain. He was at dinner with you.
That was not Hippo Jacks. That was Boney.
No, I saw the picture of you with Boat though, and I was like, "Hey, that girl's kind of cute." And who is it?
Oh my.
Heyo.
Said nobody ever.
There it is.
I'm so glad Wild didn't invite you.
No, Wild didn't invite me.
I swear, this whole time I've been hearing you say
he
why
invited
don't you
Boney,
hang out
who
with
was a
me
very
on
nice
WoW?
person.
Nobody thinks that
hang out in Wild Chat.
I was confused. I was like, wait,
Wild
really?
Chat, man.
You're hanging out inside of Wild or with Wild?
I was hanging in real life with Wild.
Anyways,
I went to New York and Dirk wanted to hang out with me, so he gave me Wild.
Did some shit happen on Tuesday?
First of all, if any of y'all have ever hung out with Wild, you will know that you hang out with him and not along with him.
This is what makes me drink.
What about within him?
No, you can't because
Can we
Wild's
just do
like,
a
hey,
shot? Because what the?
No, by the way, Wild's got he has his credit card, and he's like, hey, by the way, I have this credit card, and it magnetizes everything. Also, I am fucked up.
Wild paid for everything.
I'm sure your fireball is all up in your ass.
The man,
I will say though that Blast and Ball to Hell, you have been a great person this evening.
Did you just say blast and ball?
I can't fucking read. What do you want me to tell you?
In Vegas, he's known as Blast and Ball.
I'm gonna be here in Vegas.
Blast and bald.
Blast and bald.
I thought it was Blast and Ball.
What?
That's why I always had you on my nuts.
So much you went bald.
Rain, you gonna be in Vegas? We can get buried at the.
Jesus Christ!
You can fight off my bodyguards things.
I was gonna say.
How old are you?
Hey, apparently we gotta do a shot for never convinced.
What if he wears a squirrel uni?
Onesie.
Oh wait,
not a uni.
No.
Uni is like a British term for.
I was thinking about a squirrel wrestler.
She's engaged to Shindley, right?
Wait, what?
What? How old are you, Hippo
engaged,
Jacks?
she's just attached.
Oh God, ruined it.
Dirk, how old is this kid?
Whoa, kid, come on now.
How old are you?
We talked about this whole.
He's
he's
I think he's
enough,
older
right?
than you because he has a child in his lap right now. But like that may just be because you're old and can't have children.
Well, technically, Dirk, you only have to be
I don't want
14
children.
or 15 for that. So
Anyways,
Why don't you want kids?
oh my god.
Weird.
Okay,
Yeah, we're way derailed.
So totally, people, totally. Can we get back to fucking Eve just for a fucking moment? Don't let me be the voice of fucking reason. But Tuesday was kind of fucked up, right? We had multiple fucking like resets. We had like I even tried to invite Falcon on here tonight and go, look, dude, I know it's Friday night, late fucking Saturday morning. You need to have a fucking drink. For all I know, Falcon is still sweating what's actually fucking going on behind the scenes because this is something that is actually fucking borne out, during the fucking week, right? Like this shit is not fixed yet, right? Like they don't know it. Even the fucking like tweet that came out tonight, which I think was from fucking Carker. And let me like actually fucking
really
like
ambiguous. It was kind of like
let me actually pull it up. Hey Tweetfleet, and this was at 8:00. This was less than an hour before this show went live, right? Hey Tweetfleet, just FYI, about 30 minutes ago we pushed out a patch to fix an issue with the chat channel member list sometimes not loading correctly. If you are logged in, you'll need to relog to get the update. There are other things out there that today were kind of fucked up. We're actually going to get into some of them because they deal with the fucking hunt in a fucking second. But the fact of the matter is that there were like a bunch of fucking issues for this particular patch. And nobody should like freak out about it. They should not be like begging for shit and whatnot. However, apparently they put out a fucking status update earlier tonight, which did come out from CCP Falcon, which said blah 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 blah, working on it, blah 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 blah, and down towards the bottom they said, in light of the extended downtime and the impact it has had on your gameplay experience, we'll be also looking to supply a skill point gift in the near future. Can I please be the first to say we're not owed a gift for this? Not in fucking skill points.
Sorry, Dirk. I just want my skill points. I don't see why CCP can't give me the skill points that I should have earned during that job.
I've called for skill points on multiple fucking occasions. I do not believe that anybody in the fucking Alpha or Omega status, but if they were going to give something, it would be Omega status.
My skill points, okay?
Should deserve skill points because of this.
Oh,
give
man,
the thing you think fucking mattered. Skill points don't matter because skill points were unaffected by this. This was not something that skill point came in on.
And then she's gonna fucking tag me in this bullshit.
This entitlement is just unacceptable. You need to earn them like the rest of us.
I
Get
did
out
earn
there
them.
and put in a day's work.
I had it on my skill queue, and they didn't run the servers like they should have. So I am entitled.
But you
to
still
skill
got
points.
all your skill points, though, right?
No.
What do you mean, no?
What did you miss on like fucking like?
Are you saying you're entitled to them?
You mean you ran out of your queue and would have logged in at that moment, but then couldn't because the fucking server was down?
Exactly.
Those people should be compensated.
All right, I would like to like point out like this girl. If you guys look at the Discord, she has like gotten a fucking rage against me. I didn't even do anything.
Are you talking about me because I am
Hippo? What'd you do? Rain, what'd you do?
I was like, "What's up, girl?"
I'm not talking to you in Discord, but you can keep your delusions up. I get it. All women are the same. You can't differentiate between us, even though we're different.
Have you not seen the differences between
bros?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Hey, Rain.
Flip a scarf and let's
up?
move on.
You're a very nice looking lady.
You're very cute too, DC.
What? How is that the reaction I get?
All that being said, all
that's
that being
sexual
said,
harassment going on there. I think.
All that being said,
discrimination.
I think this might have gone toxic.
The next time that I go out to eat with Wild, I'm gonna be like, listen, you remember that one time that Rain was not here? Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you, save this shit real quick.
Wild has got my back.
Okay, all that being fucking said, before I fucking like make my fucking thumb on fucking cam mean something, okay, the fact of the matter is like, look, people lost out on stuff here. They actually did. The thing they did not lose out on, though, was skill fucking points. Okay? So it's like, I understand that they want to give us something that no longer has the meaning that it once did. And, fucking bully for them for, like, even recognizing the fact that their players have fucking, like, not been able to log in, not been able to like do whatever the fuck it was. But it had nothing to do with fucking skill points.
Yeah, well, I mean, they like whenever somebody dies, like you should punish them. Oh, sorry, you forgot to press 2 buttons from what was it, the pod, losing 30 million skill points or whatever like that. Like,
right, but that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
okay.
That's gone.
The whole idea of
so
fucking like
this,
what your skill points mean in this fucking game has no
what's
fucking.
What's easier to give away, skill points or game time?
Skill points.
Just give away an accelerator because that would
give away an accelerator.
That would have
there it is. That's it. Perfect.
That would have been the thing that you wouldn't have been able to get because you weren't logged in and able to run the events. So just give everybody an accelerator.
Yeah, that's right there. Bam.
How about an extractor? Just to rub it in.
Noise
I'm sorry, Paul.
Noise just solved the whole fucking
I do
thing
use
right there.
fucking quite a bit. I use it as multiple fucking words.
Noise just solved it in 3 words. Give it an accelerator.
No, it's like
Yeah,
like
give it an
back
accelerator.
back in the day before fucking extractors and all that kind of shit, when we missed time due to due to a fucking downtime, skill points meant something to players, right? Now it doesn't mean shit. It literally doesn't. No, it really doesn't mean fucking shit.
You know what
not
really
compared
skill
to
points means
because
to
the
me?
only
It
way that you
means
can get skill points before was
$5.75.
having been
It doesn't mean as much
subscribed to the fucking game.
Because before it was like you get free skill points. That's time. You can't make time, but
you can't get
now,
time back. Therefore,
now
they
it's
were
like,
giving you time, even if skill points didn't matter actually back then, except for the people who actually missed out on fucking short skill queues and things like that. Okay. Skill points were still the one fucking constant in the game that no matter what happened,
Dirk,
it was.
I want to break in real quick. There's some breaking news right now. Darkness is losing Titans in ROIR. They're down 3 with the 4th one going down right now.
Does anyone want to invite Sorticus on to like?
Sort's not going to come on again, but I know Horde is there right now. Avarian said he would stream it, but he is not. So be aware because he pinged everyone to try and stream it.
Fucking Lieutenant Condor! I just want to give a shout out for giving me this thing that I did not see 10 minutes ago. But now I will reach out, please. Those of you continue to talk about these things that mean something to all of us as far as remuneration from CCP for not getting their shit right on that day.
I was saying, it's skill points obviously meant more back then because that's something you couldn't progress any further than time would allow. But now, if you get free skill points, it's basically giving you free money because you could just go and buy them if you really wanted to.
I kind of miss when you had to have Omega clone status and you could lose SP when you died.
Well, here's the thing. Whenever I was in Carnival,
I really miss that.
I started my because I'm in Thunderwolf now. But I started my career at Carnival, I guess you could say. And my biggest suggestion to people would be hey, if you can afford if you make more than X amount of money per day, you can buy a skill extractor. Because even if you have over 100 million skill points, like me, I have over 100 million skill points. If I can make over that in X amount of time, it still scales with you. So you can not make any money and still if you rat for 20 minutes, you can buy a skill injector and still be netting profit.
Apparently NC has just signed it in. Anyways, this is apparently going on.
Do you think Matterall's Jump Freighter is there?
I do not believe that Matterall's Jump Freighter is there, and nor do I believe that Matterall is there because I believe that he is a suboptimal jump planner.
You didn't. Wow. That's low, Dirk. Even for you.
Just saying. However, if he has a name to pull out of his fucking anus, he'll try. That being said, you know what? The one thing I do want to look, this past fucking Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and even into fucking today has been a fucking. This is kind of one of the weird fucking things about Eve, right? Their whole fucking thing. I'm going to tell you right now, this all came down to their text chat. Okay, this all came down to the chat shit. The chat shit fucked everything up. This was not about the fucking tethers. This was not about whether or not the fucking monitor was released. This was not about any of that shit. Yeah. It came down to when you change something with chat, it fucked up a bunch of these other things because it was still interconnected and all that kind of shit.
Who was it? Was it you, Dirk? Or I think it might have been Manic Velocity. I think it was Manic Velocity tweeted, and
no, it was me.
the snow, like the option gear wheels.
No, that was me. See, I didn't even know it was me, but I knew it was me because he never tweets out anything of any relevance.
Yeah, and
and I do.
Okay, because like it was like
shot
random
at
option
McGurk
wheels
on
just all
Twitter.
over the space. Oh man, that'd be tough, Rain.
I might try it, but it's like 40 jumps for me.
And I actually got that fucking image from Rivra, who was like, had been moving stuff, and like a bunch of the fucking cog wheels were around the screen, and to me it looked like fucking snow, and it's like, oh, isn't that cute? It's fucking snow on the screen. So I tweeted it out because I thought it was funny and shit like that, and Manic's not funny.
I think it's a little funny.
I
mean, honestly, Izzy, come on, he's from fucking
you
Utah.
saw that GIF where he was dancing with like the T-shirt.
That wasn't him dancing, dude.
That's
he
100%.
lives in Utah. There would have been snow on his fucking lawn.
100%. That was Manic.
It all melted because that shirt was fire.
We're actually going to skip past. We're actually going to skip past. Just for a moment here about the fucking hunt. I'm going to tell you right now, just because of the fucking whole thing that was fucked up with the entire release. Even the hunt was fucked up, okay? There was shit fucked up on Tuesday. There was shit fucked up on Wednesday. There was shit fucked up on Thursday. And guess what? Even today, still shit fucked up. The hunt is still fucked up. However, today it was to the benefit of people running the hunt. That being said, we're going to move on to something that I want to get to because Noisy's fucking here. And I swear to God, I want to hear this guy talk more. The CSM election. The CSM election application process closed at 12 o'clock UTC today. So a day after fucking downtime. I'm sorry, on Friday. Not today, as in like if you're in fucking Saturday land or anything like that. So we have got a number of the fucking candidates that we know to have been, gotten their shit in. They tweeted out that they got their shit through and stuff like that. Noisy, what do you have to tell us about what's going on with this election?
Oh God. Well, as of right now, Guard indicated there's 52 people that were running because he tweeted out right before the application period closed. So we're looking at 52 people. So far, 20 of those people have, or we're assuming there's just no trolls. 20 people have put campaign posts up on the official EVE Online forums, which is something that's a tradition that you do. It used to be required. Now it isn't. Let's see. So we've got that. We've got, is it 5? I think we got 5 or maybe 6 confirmed. No, yeah, we got 6 confirmed people from CSM who are running for re-election. We have 2 who have confirmed that they are not running. We have one, a nominate, who I think isn't running, and he's going to allow his CEO, the CEO of Karma Fleet, to run instead. So and then we don't know what Aerith's doing, or Yuki from Brave.
I know Reload, and then a nominate aren't running. Are those the 2 not running?
Yeah. Well, and Noobman. Noobman is also not running.
Oh yeah, Newman resigned from the game.
Yeah.
All right. So Noobman is what I'll consider a swap out, right? He's being swapped out with Fotis. Noobman is like taking a fucking break. Noobman is this year's the CSM killed me, I'm fucking done. He's that guy, okay? And Noobman has been an incredible motherfucker for fucking wormhole space and all that kind of stuff. He's that guy this year. But he's being equally swapped out with Fotis Latro, the head of fucking Hard Knocks, right? So, and then of course you've also got, EXO, who's coming from wormhole space. You've got a number of fucking, and this is kind of what bothers me about wormhole space. Whether or not they're going to be able to unify, amongst the one candidate that they're actually going to be able to like fucking get on the whole fucking CSM.
Yeah. Now with the way that the CSM voting happens, they use a modified right single transferable vote, which I believe is used in Scotland, which is one of the reasons why they actually use it.
They didn't use it during the Brexit vote.
Yeah, and so basically what happens is, let's say you have two factions in wormhole space. As long as those two factions put, put the two wormhole candidates first, then what would happen is if one of them would lose, and then all his votes would go to the other wormhole candidate who's more popular, and then that would allow them to win. If they don't fight too much, then they can do it that way.
However, what we know from Guard is 52 candidates have put in their applications. We don't know yet how many of them are going to be accepted because maybe they fucked up their applications or did not provide the after application documentation, like a copy of their passport or driver's license plus passport application, things like that, right?
Yeah, we don't know any of that, and unlike the last few years, basically, Guard is telling all the candidates to harden the fuck up, and basically, if you want to run, you need to be able to follow instructions and do things right the first time.
We did have somebody that actually posted an advert out on the forums, right, that they were running, and then decided that the amount of information that CCP was looking for was more than they were willing to give, and they pulled out, correct?
Yeah, we saw that. I didn't get to see the post because he withdrew it before I.
Yeah, he withdrew it before I saw it too.
But it's like really funny because I think it was either yesterday or today, and by this time it's like you had to have seen what was going on, and most of the time CCP's not asking for anything more except a copy of the passport than what you're supposed to fill out when you get your account.
It was pretty weak, actually, in terms of like they were not trying to find out if this motherfucker was Goosifer 2.0 or like 2.5 or 3.0 or anything like that, right? Like, this was total fucking normal as far as what it takes to become part of the CSM. And it was actually fucking announced. Like, the biggest part of their post about how to apply for the fucking CSM was the information that you would actually have to provide. So here's the thing. If that motherfucker didn't know what they had to provide to like make application to the CSM, it's because they don't fucking read. And we don't need more fucking people who don't know what's going on about EVE or the application process for what they need to know about like how to be a CSM member. It's like, goodbye. Literally, they were the easiest fucking goodbye ever.
It could have been that the guy like bought his account off somebody else and he didn't want to expose that. I mean, that does happen. It actually happened once, like my first trip to FanFest. Somebody bought an account from somebody else and it got exposed on the bus going out to the Golden Circle tour. So now, yes, so RMT could have happened.
So we have 52 candidates, right? Which is, I believe, if it stays at 52, it cannot go higher than 52. If it stays at 52, that's lower than last year?
Yeah, last year was 65. The year before, I believe, was like 72 or 74. But,
all right.
But honestly, though, even 52...
That's way above my... That's way above my fucking like calculation of like where I thought it was going to be, based on the fact of they gave what, like 4 days? Was it 4 days of application process?
Yeah, well, part of the reason that they gave for having only 4 days is that most people applied within the first 2 or 3 days anyway.
Sure. Hold on.
Most people that they knew were going to apply within the first 4 days.
Yeah. It's like voting. Voting either happens at the very beginning or the very end.
That's right. We're going to put some balloons up in front of the cameras real quick.
And I totally understand that for the whole fucking voting process because, like, number one, your average fucking rabble are fucking lazy as fuck. Okay. However, there may have been somebody who's like, shit, I'm just not there. I literally have a fucking job. I'm a fucking real life fucking human being. You're only giving me 4 fucking days to be able to apply for this, right? So that's why I thought that might have happened. Like when you can vote as an actual fucking like lame ass fucking voter, totally different fucking story. But the people that actually have to have their fucking paperwork in, it's like shit, 4 fucking days. This is going to limit the crowd. I'm actually surprised we got to 52.
And it should, because if you're planning to run on the CSM and we know the time and the dedication required for it, you got to have your shit together before. And 4 days, that's good enough. If you ain't got yourself prepped and ready and can't fit yourself into them 4 days, we'll see you next year.
I know, but assuming for a moment that you have your shit together, you have all the information available and a copy of your fucking passport and all that, right? But you have a fucking job that takes you away for 1 week, 1 work week. You can't get in. Like, so unless you're doing this shit from the fucking road and all that kind of stuff, you know, right? I mean, it's like it fucks you up for like that period. However,
yeah, but the thing is, it's like they went ahead. They gave everybody like a month's advance notice on what they're going to do. So, you know, if you got one of those top jobs, you may not be able to like attend summits and stuff like that.
Or you're at school or whatever the hell it is, right? You know, however, we got 52 fucking people, right? Out of those 52 fucking people, this is what we've got, right? We've got incumbents coming in, all right? Fuzzy Steve running for his 5th fucking term.
I've been furloughed 3 times this year. Can I run?
Jin Tan running for his 3rd term. The judge who like thought he was gonna throw his trash out into fucking nowhere, also running for a 3rd fucking term, right? Suetonia running for a 2nd term. Short Dragon, I'm not even sure here. Noisy, what term is this for Short?
I think it's I think he served like 2 3/4.
Was it last?
But how many of Short Dragon's fucking terms have been like full terms versus? Are they consecutive in any way?
No, his first term he may have got kicked for like some sort of not able to participate due to weed. I think that's what happened.
Not due to weed.
No,
they would never kick somebody for weed.
Yeah, nobody does. Well, I mean, like, you never know.
I would have to go back, but I thought it was like he got caught doing something with weed and
wait, who
got put into jail or something.
I don't think drugs or alcohol should have anything to do with CSM. I think they've got a specific.
I never saw fucking drugs be like a thing that like.
Yeah, I don't think drugs are like.
No,
I don't think drugs have any like sort of effect on the CSM.
No. If you go to jail because of it though and can't go and serve.
I don't think that actually happened though. I don't want to throw this out there as like as a disqualifying factor on fucking anybody. So
that was not. Sort was at Vegas, so he's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
No, this was his first time, like, which was back in like CSM 7 or something like that. That was the story that was going around why he wasn't participating. Was that he got thrown in jail?
Reload is not running again. Noob Mad's not running again, but he's being replaced as a candidate by Fotis. Aerith is still up in the fucking air. Like, Aerith is still up in the air, but he's not going to fucking tweet it out there. He's not one of those people that's going to fucking tweet it out.
Aerith has a Twitter?
He does have a fucking Twitter, but he's not going to fucking tweet it out there because he just doesn't let this shit fucking go on. Okay. Innominate is apparently not running. Okay. However, there has been fucking talk about Merkel Chen running from the goons. I want to throw the 2 goon fucking candidates out for a second, okay? Whether it be fucking Aerith or fucking Merkel Chen as being number fucking 1 and 2 of the goon ballot. We all know that no matter what fucking happens, the number 1 and 2 on the goon ballot just get in. They fucking get in. That's just how it fucking works. Everything else. The only other fucking incumbent that is left is fucking Yuki from fucking Brave, as to whether nobody knows whether or not he's fucking running or not. So we don't know. I'm going to say this right now, straight up fucking front. All right. for fucking open comms, not for open comms, but like on open comms, okay? I've said this for a number of fucking years, okay? Anybody who has ever run for more than a second consecutive fucking term, you should burn them down. And I love fucking Jin. I respect what Steve Mnuchin does for the third-party community except after last week and talking to the fucking team security. I'm sorry, the Team Techco on fucking talking in stations. The fact of the matter is that it's like, you know what? Look, if you think that there's anybody who is actually so fucking like needed that they have to fucking run, nope, too big to fucking fail. And you should not vote for anybody who has been on fucking the CSM for more than 2 fucking years. Bull fucking shit. Let some fucking new breath roll into this fucking
You
shit.
rant this every year. It's
I
amazing.
rant this every fucking year, and the sheep continue to vote for the same fucking shepherds that have been able to get them through. If you think that, like, what fucking made the last 2 years of the CSM was because they were somehow better fucking people, bullshit, okay? They are fucking right now, if they are running for a third fucking term, nothing more than friends of the people on the CSM, friends of fucking like CCP, friends of the people that just want to fucking hang out in Iceland 2 times in the fucking year. It's like, please, knock them the fuck out. Let some fucking fresh breath into the organization that we want to be our fucking representatives on this shit.
I mean, he's not wrong.
All right, so apparently I was trying to fly out to that fight just to see if I can get it, but
I think it's over.
Did you die?
No. I didn't even get very. I'm still 43 jumps away from Roar.
Oh my god.
Drayden,
It's a
no.
long
Why were you
way.
even bothering?
It was
dude?
a
You'll never get there.
59 jump route from.
You didn't have a clone in
59 jumps
Saranin?
from Delph.
You
Shortest
might
route.
get there by downtime.
No, and I was on my way.
Are you in an interceptor or?
No,
Stratos
I just had
or
an
It was like he's
Astero.
flying in a
Astero.
Astero.
Yeah, I had an Astero because I had a cloak and I didn't want to fly. Because I was 6 jumps away from the station where I had all my ships. I didn't want to go 6 jumps. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to head straight there. But
All
the
that
fight's
being
pretty much
said,
over, so
I want to ask those of you. I want to ask those of you who are here right now.
Loony fucker, $25.
Looney
Nice.
fucker did with the fucking.
He's
repeat
fucking rolling.
donations, man. Damn.
Whoa.
So that means we do it a shot.
Yeah, I'll do a shot. I'm gonna log out of
Yeah,
eat though.
I did miss him.
While I pour, oh, man, Pennsylvania fucking liquor.
While you pour,
I hate you.
I'm gonna do the
While
shot.
I pour, I literally want to know. Look,
Dirk, are you coming
Am
to
I-
the DC meet this weekend?
oh shit! See, you made me like think DC, and I poured that fucking shot too fucking stiff.
I know. I was trying to. I told Wild today.
Dude, I want to come down. It's like I am so fucking stuck here in the middle of fucking like nowhere. It's like, why can't we do like a fucking like? Oh fuck. Okay, you know what? Hit me up after. Is it this weekend? Like right now?
It is the 31st, man.
Oh. I might be able to
can't
get the
come
way
because
to
he
do
says
that. Fucking hit me, bro. Hold on.
There's a
It's not
DC
actually fucking DC though. It's down in
It's
fucking
a DC
Virginia.
metro
So that means
area.
I gotta like get down to like Obama land and like still like catch a train to somewhere.
Well, no, you can look. It's on Reddit. It's
You
a
guys
DC.
use
It's a DC Metro Eve meet.
You guys use trains on the East Coast?
Yeah, dude, we have fucking tracks out here.
Like,
Well, no.
That being said,
we
I
got
want to
trains,
ask
but
the
they all
motherfuckers
transport
that are
coal.
on here. Is like, look, do you guys understand my fucking like bother with the fact of career Eve fucking politicians getting onto this bullshit because of their fucking name recognition after fucking 2 years? It's like, look, I understand why people think that like Steve Mnuchin should be there because he's like the great third party dev and shit like that. But we also know a bunch of motherfuckers out there who are third party developer fucking experts that like give their input literally straight to CCP. We did it on fucking Talking Stations last weekend, where like they fucking converse with CCP in a different fucking channel.
DS Animus, thanks for the sub, man.
I think it's pretty.
All
great
these
that I
other
have,
people,
like, actual,
the
like,
fucking
Twitch-
judge, Jintan. I love Jintan. You guys know I fucking love Jintan. I would probably suck his dick if I was in Hungary.
Actually, I heard he's kind of girthy, so I mean.
That
all
being
about
said,
Like,
His dick's
He's a
only
good
3
kisser.
inches. around.
That being said, why do we as EVE players continue to elect the known commodity that we know and perpetuate the fucking political rule that is over us? These people, like Jin has left his own community, joined another community, and now wants people to say, I'm going to vote for you because what? Because of my gold suit?
Does he have a gold suit?
Yeah, actually, that gold suit.
I believe he
It's
does.
a really nice suit. Yeah.
That seems ostentatious a little bit.
No, I mean,
Judge wants you to vote for him, even though he
really
sucked
like him,
a fucking cock on his own fucking alliance, and then took a fucking cock.
Well, you have to
and then
suck dick
gave
when
a
you don't have
cock
hands.
in the ass.
You can't be giving out
after
handies.
sucking
What the
a
hell,
fucking
dude?
cock.
Way to just like gender associate the alliance as a male.
No, I've got
Dirk,
fucking
who
cocks
says
in the
alliances
fucking
have
hands. I just
cocks?
want to
Yeah,
throw
why do
cocks
alliances have
around.
cocks?
All
Okay?
alliances has
He
cocks. Have
sucked
you
a
seen his
cock
thorax?
and then jammed a cock up an ass,
Have you
and then
seen
wants
in-
your fucking vote.
All right,
Have you
listen,
seen an oracle?
I think CVA is. I was actually kicked out of CVA's alliance, but I think they're okay people.
Were you a role player?
Get kicked out. Oh my
Yeah,
I-
for an alliance that's like hurting so bad.
Were
for
you
people,
a
how do you
role
get kicked out
player
of
or
there?
not?
When I first started playing Eve, there was a capital builder, I guess, and my friend was like, "Oh, you should get with him to build your first carrier." So I messaged him, and I was like, "Hey," I was like, "How are you, friend?" Because I came from a Dark Age.
Did you
Camelot.
actually say, how are you,
How are
friend?
you,
Yes,
like you
friend?
typed that?
I came from a
Well,
game called
hello,
Dark Age
friend.
Camelot, so we were
I'm sorry,
like, role
friend.
players.
It is game.
So I was like, "Hail to thee, friend! Like, could you like?"
I would have
build
kicked you
me
too. I would have
like a-
immediately kicked you.
Well, I'm just trying to explain the whole
I
thing.
want to go. I'm
And then
sorry.
he was
I'm
like,
sorry.
"No,
If
I
I
don't
was
put
not
bears in where
clear,
you're
if
fucking
I was
idiot."
not clear, if I was not clear, I want to like help people understand about the people that they're dealing with a little bit more. Look, if you're
Is it
somebody
about
that went
cock?
to E-Vegas, okay, I want you to understand that like just because the judge has an Australian accent does not make him Nicole Kidman.
Listen,
What the
I want
fuck,
you to
Dirk?
understand that he
No,
is
you-
one of the people behind the fucking pub crawl that
Wild's
happened
gonna
a
be
couple
the big
years
threat
ago
in
where
my
they
book,
went to a
okay?
fucking pinball arcade. I want you to know that that's how that happened because somebody on the CSM gave them the fucking understanding that this is
Are you
what
saying
might
it
be
was the
fucking
judge?
cool. I want you to know that somebody out there should never be voted for because their opinion of anything that has to do with E-Vegas should never be voted for.
I just vote. Down
This
vote
is
on,
how it fucking
crossing
goes
zebras on
down,
principle
people.
anyways.
This is how somebody gets sucked into Eris fucking dick and rolls over their fucking alliance. This is how the bad shit always fucking happens at E-Vegas. It only fucking happened. Exactly. Throw those fucking shades on. Don't make me get my fucking shades out right now. Okay?
Go
You
get
know
your
what?
shades, Dirk.
This
We're
is how
throwing
this
shade,
fucking
we're
shit
getting
goes
shade.
down.
Go get
okay?
your shades. Dirk,
This
go
is
get
how
your
it
shades.
fucking happens, and we're not going to
Just
tolerate
to let
this
you know-
If you
anymore
don't have the
because
talking
we are a
stick-
populist fucking movement.
Just
to
we
let
are
you
a
know-
if you
movement,
don't have the talking
motherfuckers.
stick, you need glass.
Just to let you know, the
Don't let me
level
get
of-
go
the
get
level
my
of douche-
450 shades.
Elton John glasses?
the level of douche these glasses are, they came out of a Coors Light beer
I'm not
case.
sure what
Nice.
kind of fucking like
Was
Hannah
it glass
Montana,
Coors
Hannah
Light or
Montana
canned
salon
Coors
your
Light?
shades
It
came out of
was
rain.
glass.
Was it the dude? It's all about the Keystone Light. The
Look
30
at
key,
Rain
the
laughing.
30
She knows
the
that
30
shit
key.
came
Dirk,
out
my
of Hannah
glasses are
Montana.
heart shaped. You can suck my dick.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
You don't
I
live by
would totally
Montana.
say
I
All
live
that.
by
7.5
Montana.
inches of it.
No,
I'd like
I-
to point out
I
that
live by
had a- I had
Montana.
a
All
look
that
in
being-
for
all
5
that being
hours and
said-
you didn't want to see me.
You know I'm right. You know I'm right because you know what? You know what? That piss poor motherfucker has got nothing on fucking what E-Vegas should be, and that's why we're moving off
Obviously.
onto right now.
Dirk,
We're gonna move off onto right now. The
Are
fact
you gonna
that
bash on my link?
Dirk, she's
we're
not
gonna
wearing.
move off onto right now. The mere fact that the E-Vegas
back to
fucking
the
dates
link.
got released
I don't have my sunglasses.
before fucking FanFest. Fuck
Tickets are-
FanFest. You know
I
what?
think from
This
Tickets are
show,
purchased,
this
rooms
show
booked.
right now, this show right now is all about fuck fan fest. If you're going there,
is it?
God bless
Fuck
you.
you, Dirk.
God bless you.
You know what Fan Fest has? It has karaoke. You know what Vegas doesn't have? Karaoke.
God bless
you.
you.
You have strippers and cocaine.
God
like, who gives
bless
a
you.
fuck?
God bless you.
Wait,
I'm going to tell you right
Iceland,
now.
Hold on, I bet Iceland has strippers and cocaine.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now.
Strippers, and you gotta kind of know where they are.
Vegas, motherfuckers, which was founded by goons back in the fucking day. Okay, okay.
Let's do this.
We have to actually talk about real issues here. So you know what? We're all gonna fucking break down and just like hold our shit back.
But yeah.
We're all gonna hold our shit back. We're all gonna hold our shit back for a moment, okay? Look, the fact of the matter is that fucking Antiquarian fucking rolled out the fucking dates for Vegas of this year, October 19th through the 21st. Am I correct?
Yes.
Am I not lying?
No, that's true.
Do you have your
You
flight
didn't even
booked?
fucking look. You didn't even fucking check, Rain. You didn't even fucking look to see if I'm like
just
just
like
talking
an
shit.
elephant doesn't mean I'm stupid, okay?
I know, baby.
What do you have that's like an
It's
elephant?
alright. It's alright.
Memory.
If you have
and a booty.
I thought you said what?
Do you have a fucking dick like an elephant?
You got a half.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You're the whole picture.
You got a half-ton booty.
All that being
I have
said,
half-ton booty.
okay. All that being said, Vegas this fucking year, we are right now going to debate the fact that the link was chosen as this year's fucking like. Oh my god, the link.
What's wrong with the link?
Did you like the link? Because I was
like the actual.
It was great.
I was not a fan of the link.
The link was horrible.
Where was the link
not-
in like Las Vegas? Because Liquid told me he like
perfect.
had like a flag or some shit.
That's all. No, it's on the Promenade, whatever the fuck it's called, Promenade.
I thought the link was
Promenade.
fine.
The promenade, not the promenade.
I thought it was a promenade.
SG1.
The pomade, you know.
I thought it was a promenade.
It's not promenade.
Is that some lubricant?
I thought it was a promenade.
Promenade.
Star Trek or some shit.
All right, so back to me being the totally sensible person.
God, Rain's got like a
Just call me to fucking drink.
Derek, you're
out of
just
the
jealous
bottle,
of my
I'll do it.
sunglasses.
The link
Are you
was way
drinking from
better
the
than
bottle?
that French fried stink hole that Planet Hollywood was.
What?
So much
Alright,
better.
look.
Fucking Heart Bar?
Look.
Oh, eat my ass.
So
I'm gonna be
14. Wait, what was it
The
called?
heart bar,
40?
the heart bar for people who thought they had more fucking Matterall-looking motherfuckers that worked there. Okay,
Whoa.
it's like, look, don't make me fucking bring the picture up. I literally have the picture of him and the guy that looks like him standing next to one another. Okay, I have researched this shit way more than people that live out in that fucking area. Okay, the fact of the matter is this: we had a bigger bar at the link. It was not darker. It was not having more fucking strippers dancing next to it than the fucking like Planet Hollywood. None of that shit. Some people bitch about the fucking rooms at the fucking link versus the Planet Hollywood. My room at the fucking Planet Hollywood literally for 3 years in a row, even though I totally Matteralled up and said, "Do you not know who I am?" Got me a room that overlooked fucking air conditioning units above some fucking like freezer trucks down below that were bringing you all your fucking like cheap ass like fucking like shit that nobody should have been buying in rooms later that night and fucking food. All right. That being said, the link when we got there was horseshit. We couldn't get fucking Wi-Fi. We are fucking gamers having an event at a place.
Dirk, if you're on your Wi-Fi at a fucking real life meetup, you need to get some millennial classes going on and get off your phone.
Get your fucking Eve going. Dirk, where you at?
I thought we were no pores.
Wait,
no pores.
How
Where's
were
your
you
unlimited
supposed to play
data plan?
Project Aurora if you didn't have Wi-Fi?
The 3535 that was better than the heart bar. I did.
3535
It
was
was bigger.
better, but
It was
the rooms
bigger.
were
It was
trash.
understaffed.
It was big,
but
it was bigger. It was bigger. It was quieter, so you could actually talk to people and not yell at people.
Your room. All right, let's go back.
The room
Hold
was
on.
trash. The room was trash.
Let's go back to the first thing that you experience when you walk. Let's go back to the first thing that you experience when you walk in, right? the lobby, which is
75-cent slots. That's what
lobby was trash.
The lobby, which
Lobby
was
was
full of a
trash.
bunch of fucking generics. It's like, what up, you fucking lobby cheap bitch? Okay. However, that being said,
I don't know.
Go down, you get into your fucking.
Maybe I've never been to a high class
place.
Into your, I walked out, it looked like
you
the same
get
thing
in on the fucking midday part of the week that you're fucking at, and you get into the fucking elevator, right? Okay,
the elevator
look,
sucked.
I checked into
gripe
the fucking digital method because I'm an advanced man, okay? And then I went down to the fucking lobby and I walked in and I got into my fucking elevator and it worked perfectly fucking fine. And then I got to my fucking room. My fucking room had a fucking barn door on the fucking bathroom. I mean, honestly, do I want to drop a fucking deuce while my wife is behind a fucking barn door? No. Because I got more respect for her than that.
Close all the way. Like, there was one point where I was like, "Hey, I know you're taking a shower, but I really need to piss." Didn't matter. The door was already fucking open. I just had to walk in. Didn't even have to tell the person.
Was that Cliff Kitty?
You say that, Rain. You say that. You want to just piss and take a shower, when flop your door
was taking a shower. I wanted to piss.
If you gotta take a piss, that's what sink's for.
Well, yeah.
You can't pee in the sink when it's in the bathroom. I use the toilet.
No, if you position yourself correctly. No, Pearl, hold on. Pearl.
I feel like we're moving off from the point
here. Our bathroom door closed, right?
Our bathroom door did close.
No! His hooker's ass was completely outside your bathroom door.
We had beds that were clean.
Did you have a lock? And was your bed a queen bed or was it a double bed that they tried to sell you as like
bedroom?
We had 2 queens.
Hey. Let me get.
I had a bitch.
We did have 2 queens in that room.
I had a bitch for 2 queens.
Got pictures.
I'm like, I got 4 people.
Yeah,
we are sharing a bed.
Of course, you had a bitch for 2 queens. That's how you roll, Rain.
For 2 queens, and they fucked me over and said, "Oh, you didn't pay for 2 queens." I'm like, "Oh, are you fucking shitting me? Because I'm paying a lot for these rooms."
We had 2 queens. They were clean. The carpet was nice. The bathroom closed. It locked. The bathroom was.
What? How'd you get a locking bathroom? I couldn't even get that.
We had the accessible bathroom. We had the handicap.
Hooker bathroom.
Okay.
So
we had the hooker.
They looked like they saw me checking in. They're like, "Oh, he needs the accessible room because he's handicapped." So
actually, that was a huge bathroom.
They just by default
we could fit all 4 hookers in there.
Right. Yeah, we had a whole fucking bathroom orgy all up in that shit. It was just Denny scrambled eggs and bacon all over the place.
I want to roll us back here for what? I want to roll us back here. For a simple fucking moment. Okay.
Hi.
Boat. We're in the middle of a show.
Oh, Boat's here. Hi, Boat.
All right. I stopped by to tell you news.
You got news?
Is it the Titans?
What up?
Did you fucking drop on fucking Titans?
Wait, how come Boat gets in here?
Wait, shut up! Everybody, shut up! Let Boat talk.
Do we get hot drop?
I just dropped my Phoenix stick all over 5 Titans. It was glorious.
A Phoenix isn't a Titan.
No, I killed 5 Titans.
No, the Phoenix dick on
Titan.
Phoenix
dick, right?
Yeah, but 6
Is that
died.
like a mouse
Did the 6 die or no? I heard 6
it was 5.
Is a Phoenix stick like a 6-inch stick?
It shoots
or
missiles.
Or is it a 7.5?
Rapid fire. Pew 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 pew.
So what? You were FCing that boat or what?
No, Big Bill the boss was from Goons, but
I thought it was Asher.
Do you remember back when you were like a big swinging dick?
Yeah,
he's still
great.
the biggest swinging dick. Okay.
There were like 200 fucking dreads there. It was so glorious, and like half of us got out because they didn't bubble us.
Pretty good.
So we got 1 siege cycle in, killed 5 Titans.
So Kill Mill says what?
Yeah, they're posted. Even Darkness is posting them for us.
So what did NC Dot do? Anything?
Showed up at the end. That's what probably saved them from losing a 6th. Is they showed up with like 40 Titans.
Did they
at the end
leave?
and
Did they manage to leave? Or is the fight still going? Is the fight still going?
Pretty much over.
Okay.
All right. So, but what started it?
So SJ, Big Bill the boss, our strategic commander in the north, he dropped 4 Retaros, and lately Darkness and friends like GOTG have been only like having to use supers to help like subcaps win fights, but they don't have enough. Like they have like no subcaps whatsoever. So they're having to use supers without subcap support. We had Feroxes there, and we had more subcaps than by double. And then Snuffbox, us, and like someone else, I can't remember who, dropped 200 dreads on like
Initiative.
only
Looks
4.
like Initiative
yeah.
was in there.
Well, there was some orange ones too that I don't know who they are, but they were helping us. But like it was like 200 dreads. It was fucking hilarious. Like Goons alone had like 130. But when we dropped, Like we just zonked them. They had like 20 Titans, but they didn't have that many facts. They only had 40 facts. NC Dot was 2 jumps away, and they didn't log in until the 3rd Titan was already dead. So like they were late as fuck. We would have got a Vanquisher, but as we were all logging in, the Vanquisher wasn't bubbled. Like none of the Titans were bubbled, and the Vanquisher just jumped out before we even got logged in. The Vanquisher was on grid for about a half a second and sideoed out. It was great.
Sounds like local is probably pretty toxic. Someone should get on that.
I couldn't look. I crashed 8 times on 1 count.
Damn.
That blows.
Are you at your house or are you still in Australia?
Oh no, I'm at my house now. Yeah.
Okay.
So I crashed 8. Another guy said he crashed 32 times on 4 clients, 4 dreads. Another guy crashed 9 times and was recording. Like I got the recording of it. It's really fucking horrible.
But we got new skins, though. You don't have to worry about how many times you crash because we have new skins.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they broke, but like my main account wasn't crashed in my.
This is the chat. I think the chat.
All of my chat settings got like reset because you always shrink the part you type into like its minimum. Like that's maximized. It had nothing but logo. Like I mean, like all of my chat stuff got like completely reset to default.
Yeah, it's bad. But I just wanted to stop by and tell you, poor Sword Dragon. He just got fucking dick swinged all over. It was glorious.
Big Daddy Sword Dragon can replace those Titans.
Hashtag order replaced, right?
Hey, he's running for CSM.
Didn't want those Titans anyway.
Yeah, they were smugging so much yesterday about how goons couldn't accomplish anything in the north, how they were gonna kill these Taro.
And then Bo came back from vacation and he was like, "What's up, motherfuckers?"
Yeah.
All right.
Well, have fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Boat.
Thanks, Boat.
Hey, Boat.
Yeah.
Are you coming to Vegas?
The plan is like 90% sure I'm coming. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Because the fiance won't be in town yet, so.
Well,
I'll probably come.
Fiance.
You're not gonna introduce her?
Whoa!
Oh yeah, I'm engaged now.
You guys didn't know he was engaged. Wait.
Yes, motherfucker was in goddamn fucking New Zealand or wherever the fuck it was.
Australia.
Did you get engaged?
Same difference. Isn't New Zealand like the Long Island of fucking Australia? Right.
So.
That being said, okay, which I know to be untrue. That being said, okay, Boat, you were out there.
What?
You're now back here. You're saying that she is not going to be here for Vegas. Does that mean you're single?
Bachelor party? Bachelor
I
party.
think being engaged means not single in my book, but
I'm
really fearful of you in a cab between any hotel in the Cosmo.
Are you gonna have it at
like where you're gonna end up that night?
Do you need a babysitter? Do you need a babysitter?
Boat needs a cab to cross the parking lot, apparently, like to cross the parking garage area.
No, we got Boat a fucking cab to cross him across the fucking street.
I had to pay like $15 to a cab.
You paid $15 to literally cross the street in the parking area.
And I'm still not sure to this day that he ended up okay.
The best part wasn't the fact that I had to pay for a cab to cross the street. Was the fact that I was going to the Cosmo, which is like a $300-400 a night hotel, and the guy called me a fucking bum as I got like let out and welcomed to the hotel by the guy.
Dirty bitch.
Yeah, he called me a fucking bum. It's
wow.
Like, I'm being escorted to my room by a fucking like bellhop or whatever, and he's like, "Welcome, Mr. DVRV or whatever." And then this guy called me a bum. It was like, "What the fuck?"
Wait, he said, "Welcome, you're a bum." That's what he said. What was his exact words?
No, he said, "You're a bum. You're not welcome."
As I got thrown in the cab by a goon, the cab driver goes, "Is he going to be able to afford this? Is he just a bum?" And I was like, "Dude, here's your fucking money." And I threw money at him.
No, number one. Let me revise this back to the fucking reality that it was. Okay, number one, you didn't say shit. Okay, other people said, "Here's a bunch of fucking money. Make sure he literally gets across 4 lanes."
I gave the cab driver $15.
Yeah. I thought you meant the hotel called you a bum. I was like, wow. I thought the hotel called you a bum and then took you to your room. I'm like, I'd be pissed a little bit. Like, yeah, that's Mr. Bum.
Boat was literally your fucking Atlantic level luggage at that fucking time. Okay, it's like there were other people going, we don't give a shit what you do. Just get him across these 4 lanes in a Jersey fucking barrier.
The Jersey Turnpike's pretty treacherous right now.
That being said, what we know now is that boat made it home.
Sure did.
Yeah, the flight
Obviously.
home sucks. That was a rough day because I didn't sleep very well on the flight from Australia.
I can't.
And I had like a 5-hour layover. No, I can. I slept on the way there. I had business. I had business class on the way there, but I didn't get it on the way back.
The thing with planes for me is that the back.
Nobody's family
back
ever sends you the same way on the way back.
When you raise the headrest, the quote unquote headrest for me is a shoulder rest, and so if I try to like lay my head back, I'm literally just like.
Dude, on the way home, this lady in front of me like threw her chair backwards. The captain made the announcement, "Yo, pull your chairs forward so people can eat their food." She throws her chair backwards and is like, "I'm going to sleep," to the stewardess. The stewardess goes, "You need to put your chair up." And she goes, "Excuse me, but I'm sure the man behind me can handle it."
Oh,
I was like, "Oh."
You
and
punch
that's
her in
when
the
you
back
stood
of
up
the
and
fucking
said,
head.
I just
please.
slinkered. I had no one sitting next to me, so I slinkered down in my seat and put my knees right up the bitch's back. Oh, I was pissed.
I love bitches. I love
She
knees
said
in
that,
the
like,
back of the
2 hours
person's
in,
back.
too. So I sat 13 hours. Fuck her. I've been flying a long time, and people do that. That's just rude.
People
really
are extremely rude on flights. I had a disaster going to
I'm
Plano.
so glad I have like a 40-minute flight and then a 50-minute flight when I go to
You
Vegas.
flew to Plano, Rain?
Yeah, I flew to
You flew
Like,
to
you
Plano?
flew into
I flew to
Plano?
Dallas. I flew to Dallas.
Are you into Plano?
Yes. I sat next to a person who was so
So right now
overweight,
you at
I couldn't
Chiquito
put my
Huts?
armrest down, and she was touching me the whole time, and I was just like, Lord, help me fucking not snap tonight, because I really don't want to die.
I'm fine when people.
Do you have
touch
a
me.
Waffle House at your motel?
I do not have a Waffle House, no.
What
We
about
we did not stay at a motel. We stayed at a really nice place. We ate at a really
What
nice.
about
Really?
Denny's? You got Denny's?
We
Okay,
did
well,
not
later,
go
guys.
to Denny's. He had boat.
Boat.
You're making-
Also,
Boat.
it's
Hey,
Dirk.
Boat.
It's 10:01.
Welcome back to fucking America,
oh, yeah,
motherfucker.
We need like a
He
later
is
bitch
gone.
going on.
Dirk, we got a later, bitches.
Do we actually?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
honestly, like, who do we have to litter business for? Drunk
Yeah,
Canadian?
drunk
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got a later, bitches for our viewers,
Yeah.
Dirk.
We are
We
going
ain't
to
done-
actually
we ain't
fucking
done
do
with the
that
Vegas
because we
topic.
are a reputable
No,
fucking
we got a
show.
later- we got a
We're
later
not
bitches
fucking
show.
talking
We're
to
not?
stations who's gonna like have Chinese people on it this weekend.
Whoa.
Okay, it's like just so people
Is-
know,
I
there's
don't-
going to be
is
a
that-
heavy
is that
Chinese
racist? I don't know.
influence.
Are you saying the something Swang?
All right,
Some
but
come
we
young?
do gotta go though.
So Drunk Canadian's
okay.
gonna do Sea of Thieves next, so stay tuned. But
Yeah,
until
yeah,
then,
Phil-
later,
Phil-
bitches.
All that
Wait,
later
wait, fill your
bitches.
glass.
Later
We'll do a
bitches.
shot. We'll do
You
a
know
shot,
what?
and then we'll go. Fill your
Should we
glass.
do a shot? Should we do
I
a shot and then
just
go?
did a shot.
Well,
I just did-
isn't that a tradition? Haven't we been doing that for fucking 8 years, Dirk? 5 years? 6 years?
I feel like
7 years.
those of us
2
who
years.
have
Wait,
run out of
how many
actual fucking
years?
pouring
Drake,
shots
it's been
back in the fucking
6.
day, but I have not run out because I am a man and bought my shots before tonight.
I think we all did, or else we wouldn't have them. If we
All
bought
right,
them after
everyone
tonight, we
ready
wouldn't
to
have
do
shots.
shots?
All right,
Ready
shots
to do
ready?
shots? All right, shots.
Rain, I'm
road.
gonna marry you at Vegas this
Oh
year.
my god, there's 2
You
creepers.
too. Later,
Yeah.
bitches.
Later, bitches.
Later, bitches.
Later,
Ohio
bitches.
bitches.